Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun. Happy Friday, everyone, and thanks for checking in. Meteorologist Todd Nelson here with a look at your local forecast. We do have some thunderstorm potential on our Friday. Storm Prediction Center has upgraded that risk of storms to a marginal severe risk. So some isolated strongs could be a little bit on the strong side, wind and hail through that Friday time period. Better storm chance on Saturday. Might have a few left over Sunday morning, and then Monday overall looks dry until late in the afternoon. But we picked up some pretty decent rainfall amounts so far this month, over an inch in spots. And again, nice to see some surpluses here. But overall, the year-to-date deficit still fairly impressive. Charleston more than 6 inches below average, but most of our drought is a little farther east. Farther northeast, we still have a moderate drought. So again, isolated showers and thunderstorms still with us into our Friday late afternoon. A few thunderstorms overnight tonight to the north, and then Saturday will be a little more unsettled with those showers and thunderstorms redeveloping. At this point, not expecting anything severe, but through the weekend could see some half-inch plus total amounts, and then next week unsettled and very heavy rainfall is possible as a stalled front of boundary is with us. Time now for our Fly CRW forecast. And in Chicago, cooler Saturday, 80 degrees and sunshine. Our panhandle forecast does show temperatures on Saturday into the 80s. Again, the thunderstorm potential will be more into the afternoon. As we head to the west, Davis, those 77 degrees. Saturday to the south and west, Spencer 86 degrees, 87 in Ripley, Parkersburg at 85, Elkins 83, and Charleston at 88 degrees with Welch at 84. Again, the thunderstorm potential off and on here over the next few days, and definitely looking at some heavier rain potential next week as that front stalls very close to us.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
This is Metro News Hotline, presented by Salengo Law. Metro News Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more from a Mountain State point of view. For your entertainment, Hotline is a no politics zone. You can join the conversation. Text the show at 304-825-5304. 304-TALK-304. Or call 800-765-8255. Once again, filling in for Dave Weekly is Dale Cooper.
And a very pleasant Friday afternoon to you. You're listening to Metro News Hotline. I am Dale Cooper. Thanks for tuning in on this special Friday edition of the program. Why is it special? Well, just because it's you here and it's me here, and that makes it into a special program. Greg Poobah, Dave Weekly is going to be off for a week and a day, so it's going to be me today through next week, and then Dave will be back a week from Monday. So it is his summer vacation that Weekly is going to be on. We're going to do much of the same, starting with our Friday show today, which really isn't going to change much at all, except for the cast of characters just a little bit. We open things up. My producer for today is going to be Matt Murphy, fresh off of his spin at Inside the Huddle with Dave Weekly yesterday.
They let me out of the building.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
it was nice.
You got out of the building for a minute. It's always nice to go up there and see the folks.
It was, yeah, well, and it's always such a well-attended event. It was lovely. It's great. And so not only Tony was there, Brad was there as well. It was a good time.
Yeah, and I always like to check in with our listeners. There's several folks that listen to this show and here in Charleston listen to CHS specifically that come by and always say hi. I always like seeing those folks. Sorry I missed you yesterday. Fresh off of vacation, and knowing I had to do the show today, I have responsibilities in this building. You know, I have to make sure I get some things done.
Responsibilities.
Every once in a while. But welcome in, Matt. Thanks for being here today. We'll have some buy-sell that we'll play a little bit later on, and Matt will be here throughout. Ryan Nicholson also here today as his normal Friday. I would call you the foil, but you're not much of a foil for me. I mean,
I'm more of a Well, I'm less of a foil for you because you sign my paychecks.
Yeah, I directly sign your paychecks.
Yes.
Right?
I
A little
can,
different than Dave, right?
I can afford to be mean to Dave.
Yeah, direct. That's true. That is true. But still, always part of the Friday show. We'll have some buy sell here in just a little bit, and we'll get to it in just a moment. But if anybody, and I know that a lot of people that listen to this show has followed a lot of your video game reports, and people have different comments on it. But the one thing that we've been following since really its inception is what's been happening with Roblox.
Yes.
Before what happened here in the state, where the state had a settlement with Roblox, the settlement included in another follow-up story that you did, and I think you even had another follow-up after that one, and now we have yet another one. So there's
Yes.
more on the Roblox story scale. We'll get to that coming up here in just a few minutes. It's really amazing how this has played out. And to me, it's doubly amazing because I really feel like I got my daughter off the platform just in time because I kind of saw some of this stuff happening a little bit because I was luckily engaged enough of a parent with kind of a clever kid trying to get her things that are going to entertain her and keep her occupied and that will challenge her and realize that I picked the wrong platform for that. Roblox was really dangerous for that sort of thing for that age. So I was lucky to get her out, but I've been learning all these other things, and they're pretty alarming. So Ryan will recap, and we'll get a little bit more into that as a little bit later on here as we get into the crosstalk. But we have a great show for you today, and I'm looking forward to many of the things that we're going to talk about. Aristotle will be here a little bit later on. Today is also International Beer Day, so that's going to fit in very well with Beer Friday. Since it is Beer Friday, we will talk about International Beer Day just a little bit coming up on that. And so overall, I think we'll have a pretty darn good show today. I did want to go ahead and get our question of the day out as well so we can start getting some responses in because I'm fresh off vacation. I have something to say about that in just a second before we get to Ryan's Roblox report. So today's question of the day is: a 2026 poll found that free Wi-Fi tops the list of must-have hotel amenities at 26%, with free breakfast and free parking tied at 24%. All three have essentially become expectations, not just perks. Hilton's 2026 Trends Report, surveying 14,000 travelers across 14 countries, found that 90% call a comfortable bed the top road trip priority, with 83% saying free breakfast is a must-have and 63% want pool access. 40% consider a smart TV with streaming a need, and 72% of North American hotel rooms now have one. 16% require in-room fridge, microwave, and coffee maker, and only 3% said they had sacrificed free breakfast to pay less for a room. So Hotline's question of the day today is: what amenities are a must-have for you on your vacation, hotel, or rental, and what are deal breakers? What amenities are must-have? And what are deal breakers? You can text 304-825-5304. That's 304-TALK-304 to get your responses in today. Just interested in what you have to say. I know we have a lot of veteran travelers out there. At one time in my life, I traveled a lot more than I do now. I don't travel nearly as much as I used to. But there was a few interesting things that came up on my recent trip that I thought was noteworthy. I know that you travel a lot, Matt. Do you have must-have amenities when you travel?
Here's my question first. The 1 out of 10 people that don't care about the comfortable bed.
Yeah, right.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Even at the worst hostels, that's the one thing usually at least it was comfortable.
Yeah. I don't mind so much whether breakfast is served or not because I feel like I don't use that as often as it's available. Wi-Fi, I think, is probably up there for me. It's not really an amenity, but also it just needs to be clean.
Yeah.
I could get rid of all the amenity. Take the alarm clock, but give me a clean room.
I will say that the free breakfast perspective changes once you have a family, because I used to feel much the same way. But when you have 3 people to feed, the free breakfast is nice. The free breakfast gets to be a lot nicer.
That's fair.
We went to a decent hotel. We went to a 3-star hotel. The first room they checked us into had bed bug stains.
Oh no!
That's the first thing we checked for, and that was not a good start to the start of things. And then there was a ton of things like the outside of every bed of each of the beds didn't have a bed table. So just the inside did. They had one bed table that was shared between the 2 queens. There was no table on the outside. This is a 3-star hotel. I mean, that's not the highest of the high, but that's kind of a weird oversight.
A little.
And then the rooms were stacked. So the main room had, and this was weird, it had your dresser, your hanging spot, the safe, the refrigerator, and the sink for the bathroom and your toiletry section all in one area. And then there was a closet on the other side, and then inside of that closet was the toilet and the shower.
What?
And it was all right there. And then the other side just had beds and a big long table. There were no separate tables you could sit at to eat or anything. Like if you wanted to bring food back to your room, it was really a weird layout. There was just three of us, me, my wife, and kid, and it was a double queen. We're on top of each other the entire time. Could not imagine this being for like strangers, because the other thing is the way that the bathroom was constructed, you were very intimately aware of everyone's digestive health.
Oh no. Here's the question for that. Who decides how many stars a hotel gets?
Yeah, I know. I'm not sure. Yeah.
And how do we get onto that committee? Because I would like to be on that committee.
I know, right. I could go on because there were just weird things. The light thing was weird. There were only two light banks, and one of them turned on the entire front side of the hotel. The other one turned on the entire back side. So there was no way to get up in the middle of the night and turn on a light to go to the bathroom without lighting up the entire room.
Have you ever stayed in a hotel room in Europe where you had to put your key card into a slot?
No, I have not.
When I went this last time back in November, Switzerland and Austria, both the rooms that I stayed in there's like a slot next to the door where you have to put your key card, and it's the only way to get power in the room. Without the key in there, nothing has power. It was fascinating, but it was also kind of cool because you don't leave without your card.
Yeah. Things were there were some things like that in South America that was a little different, but nothing like that when I was traveling down there. So anyway, that kind of leads us back to the question of the day. I want to know what your must-have amenities are at your hotel or rental place when you go on vacation, and what's a deal breaker? What's a deal breaker for you? Text 304-825-5304, 304-TALK 304. We teased a second ago that Ryan had an update on this Roblox situation that he had been covering. And for anybody, well, I'll let you explain this a little bit, but Roblox is a video game that's on multiple platforms. You can get it on your phone, you can get it on your tablet, you can get it on your PC, you can get it on different platforms.
Yes.
It has been popular over time, starting with those of a very young age. And even before this recent mess that you're going to address and recap for us a little bit, there was a lot of chatter about it not being the safest platform for kids. In fact, you're the one that gave me a heads up about it maybe 3 or 4 years ago, because I was trying to find something to challenge my daughter, a builder type thing online that would challenge her. And I thought that might be pretty good. And you're like, you might want to look out for that because there's some problems. And I started being very aware, and there were problems. I immediately got her off of it and ended up being maybe one of the better parenting moves that I'd had. So fill us in. What has happened with Roblox and where are we at now?
So a few months ago, Attorney General J.B. McCuskey announced a settlement between the state of West Virginia and the Roblox Corporation. If memory serves me right, it was about $10 million. And just last month, Delegate Elliot Pritt got caught using Roblox to lure an underage girl. Allegedly. And this is a systemic problem on the platform, so much so that it has caught the attention of one Chris Hansen, no longer with Dateline NBC, but the same Chris Hansen.
Catching Predators.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
And he had a panel at this convention called CrimeCon Las Vegas, where he basically published his findings on his investigation. And while he was doing that panel, he had like a Roblox account like on the screen for everyone at the venue to see. While the panel was going on, his account got banned from Roblox.
Interesting.
And it's telling that the Roblox Corporation bans his account that's investigating rather than banning the games and the users that he's investigating for these sordid activities, He's also alleging that predators are using Roblox's in-game currency, which is Robux, to trade for CSAM, which is very, very bad and very illegal. And
no, I was just want to say that's one of the things I noticed with when my kid was using it, is that even with chat turned off, they would find ways to send messages through other types of transactions and interactions that weren't chats, where you could type in even just little messages, and sometimes you could even spell things out with materials in game and spell them out in the world itself.
Exactly, and it got so bad that the Attorney General of Louisiana, Liz Murrill, she got involved, and the state of Louisiana is suing Roblox. And her position is a stark contrast with Attorney General McCuskey. Now, they're both Republicans, so it's not a partisan issue, but she basically stated that the cost for all of the tips they're getting from parents and law firms and the cost of investigation into those tips, that vastly outweighs any type of settlement money that the Roblox Corporation is offering. And so it's almost a net negative to accept these settlements, and you just sort of have to like see the investigation through to the end. But as far as the status of Roblox, the corporation, is concerned, their stock price fell 70%. Now that's a bit of a Dave Weekly angle,
Right.
but
it's indicative of what's happening to the company. Yeah.
Not only is there a problem with predators on the platform, their age verification system is woefully inadequate. It's pretty much broken, and it cannot be relied on to protect children. Also, in terms of like marketability, they rely on like viral hit games that come every once in a while instead of like consistent player engagement, and that's also reducing the stock price. And in light of all of this, the CEO of Roblox, David Baszucki, I think that's how you pronounce it, he floated the idea of adding dating app features to Roblox, which is, well, what a great time to
read the
mention
room,
that.
David.
Yeah,
read the room.
But it's a whole mess, and my views and opinions there are my own. They don't reflect Metro News or WVRC Media. But in this video game reporter's humble opinion, Roblox cannot be trusted, and if you're a parent, make sure your kid's not playing it, because in its current form, it is not safe for kids.
I'm telling you, you bailed me out years ago on it. So I would definitely agree with that. A good update, man. That's Chris Hansen involved with it now. That's really something else. That's good stuff, man. Thanks, Ryan. I appreciate that.
Of course.
So that's our update on what's happening with Roblox. Jeff, if you need a video game beat for West Virginia, I got your guy. I got your guy for the video game beat.
Man, the guy's got notes and everything. Look at that.
I know, man. He very well prepared. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Jeff Jenkins joining us now from the Metro News newsroom. And as we always say, it is another busy news day in the state of West Virginia.
Yeah, we got several things at the website. We've been working on this story really for the last year or so. A guy named Cass Close, former sheriff's deputy in Kanawha County, charged with, now he's charged federally with allegedly violating the civil rights of a female inmate that he allegedly forced into a sexual act or sexual acts. He was in court today for the first time in federal court in Charleston, and our Jack Carlson was there. So that's the lead story on his initial appearance at WVMetroNews.com. Also, the NTSB has released its initial report into that plane crash in Jefferson County that happened 3 weeks ago today. Also, now the Berkeley County Commission has officially come out and opposed this new transmission line plan, this Valley Link Valley North project, where the Kanawha County Commission discussed it at length last night. The Berkeley County Commission has come out against that. And you can read our story there. Nucor, which is building the huge plant in Mason County, they're not going to work on Monday because they've received a threat, a specific threat, at that site for Monday. And there's about 1,000 workers there, 500 construction workers, 500 Nucor workers. They won't say a whole bunch about what the threat was, but they did confirm there's a threat story there also. And the U.S. Senate right now is just busy in a flurry of passing a lot of stuff before they go on recess for 5 weeks. And one of the things they did this afternoon was to confirm Jack Chambers, former state police colonel, Jack Chambers, as the new U.S. Marshal for Southern West Virginia. So we'll get a story up about that.
Yeah, lots of stuff going on. You can follow over at WVMetroNews.com. Wanted to just mention briefly from the sports side of things, I was always a big fan of Coach Beeline when he was the basketball coach at West Virginia. Those teams were so fun to watch, and I just have fond memories of those teams. Him being in the WVU Sports Hall of Fame, I think that's fitting, and that's a good kind of bookend to his time at West Virginia.
I mean, you got seven people named in the latest class. Earlier today, they'll be honored during one of the football weekends this fall. John Beeline leads that class. Dennis Folks, who was a great linebacker for the Mountaineers at the end of the Frank Signetti years and the first couple of years of Don Nealon. Also, two very, very good soccer players for the Mountaineer women in recent years. Kadisha Buchanan is on there And I don't have the list in front, but
Bria
Ashley,
Holmes.
Bria Holmes, the basketball
Ashley
player.
Lawrence.
Ashley Lawrence, yes, Ashley Lawrence. Also, you can read all their bios. We've got that at the website. But, Coach Beeline going into the WVU Sports Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I think that's a great story, and I always liked him, so that's good stuff. Jeff, I appreciate it.
Okay.
All of this and more at WVMetroNews.com. We'll talk to you later on.
See ya.
That's Jeff Jenkins from the Metro News Newsroom. We'll go ahead and take a break, and we'll come back and set up the rest of the show right after this. You're listening to The Hotline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Football season begins right here on Metro News Television. Join us Thursday, August 27th for the 2026 WVSSAC kickoff game. Presented by the Army National Guard. The Cameron Dragons battle the Clay Battelle Seabees live from Blacksville. Don't miss the first kickoff of the new season, the 2026 WVSSAC kickoff game. Thursday, August 27th at 7 p.m. Pre-game coverage starts at 6:30 p.m. Powered by GoMart. Only on Metro News Television.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
The best selection of WVU apparel is at Daniel's Men's Store. Exclusive designs you won't find anywhere else. Stylish, sophisticated, and unmistakably Mountaineer. Shop in store or online at danielsofmorgantown.com.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
That's ready for work, weekends, and everything in between? Right now at Dan Cava GMC, get up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierra 1500, or save up to $4,000 off all new GMC Canyon Elevations, offering bold styles, advanced technology, and everyday practicality. Come explore our all-new GMC Yukons, built for busy families and big adventures. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Of course, the LVA was brought into my life because I had a severe heart attack in November of 2024. And then I entered into congestive heart failure.
Where he was in the course, we really had to go towards an LVAD.
At that point, I was committed. At that point, I wanted to get better, and I wanted to see what this machine was going to do for me.
With this therapy, he's thriving, doing well. And not only is he living, he's thriving.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
Touchdown!
It is about 2.5 minutes until the bottom of the hour. We're at 3:27 here. You're listening to Metro News Hotline. I'm Dale Cooper. Thanks for tuning in. Filling in for Dave Weekly, who will be back in a little bit over a week. Matt Murphy joining me behind the glass today. Matt, there's occasionally I run into some things, and this is something that I've known for a long time. I remember learning it at least a couple years ago, and for some reason this made it into a AP story today. The 10,000 step goal didn't come from science; it came from a Japanese pedometer marketed after the 1964 Tokyo Olympics. The number was chosen because it was catchy, not because it was proven. A recent review of 57 studies and over 160,000 adults found found the real sweet spot is around 7,000 steps a day, linked to a 47% lower risk of early death, plus reduced risk of heart disease, diabetes, dementia, and depression. Benefits begin as early as 4,000 steps and plateau around 7,000 steps. Add 2 days of weight training per week, and you've pretty much covered all of your health bases. So isn't that, now I remember listening to a medical podcast a couple years ago, and they did a deep dive into the 10,000 step myth and found out that it was, I mean, walking's good for you, but the 10,000 step thing, not so much true. And I find stuff like that to be really interesting when we find out that it's just a marketing thing, and it's become just like accepted, settled science, basically. You know, it's like 10,000 steps, need to get my 10K in.
Well, and that was like 62 years ago, so it was just far enough that those of us that aren't in our 60s, we didn't know.
Right, yeah, I had no idea. Right, and probably even the folks then may not have had it. Sounds like a plausible number. Walking is obviously good for you. So,
Well,
I mean,
sure.
yeah, 10,000 sounds good, right?
You've
Why
probably made a lot of people feel better because, you know, everyone stresses about, I got to get that 10,000 now. Okay.
They go back through their history and they
7,000
look,
is fine.
I know I have some 7,000 days in there. I'm like, hey,
Sure.
met my goal, you know, works out all right. It just reminds me of things like the collar pink. You know, the collar pink didn't used to be a gendered collar. You know, it's like less than 100 years ago. It wasn't a gendered collar. It was marketing that turned it into a gendered collar. Kind of like pink, honestly. Just wear it.
I have a nice shirt that's pink. It's I'm with you.
Yeah. Anyway, just thought you'd like to know that 10,000 steps. Get your walks in, or get your steps in, but it doesn't have to be 10K. We're going to come back with the sound of sports after this. You're listening to Hotline on Metro News.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun. Happy Friday, everyone, and thanks for checking in. Meteorologist Todd Nelson here with a look at your local forecast. We do have some thunderstorm potential on our Friday. Storm Prediction Center has upgraded that risk of storms to a marginal severe risk. So some isolated strongs could be a little bit on the strong side, wind and hail through that Friday time period. Better storm chance on Saturday. Might have a few left over Sunday morning, and then Monday overall looks dry until late in the afternoon. But we picked up some pretty decent rainfall amounts so far this month, over an inch in spots. And again, nice to see some surpluses here. But overall, the year-to-date deficit still fairly impressive. Charleston more than 6 inches below average, but most of our drought is a little farther east. Farther northeast, we still have a moderate drought. So again, isolated showers and thunderstorms still with us into our Friday late afternoon. A few thunderstorms overnight tonight to the north, and then Saturday will be a little more unsettled with those showers and thunderstorms redeveloping. At this point, not expecting anything severe, but through the weekend could see some half-inch plus total amounts, and then next week unsettled and very heavy rainfall is possible as a stalled front of boundary is with us. Time now for our Fly CRW forecast. And in Chicago, cooler Saturday, 80 degrees and sunshine. Our panhandle forecast does show temperatures on Saturday into the 80s. Again, the thunderstorm potential will be more into the afternoon. As we head to the west, Davis, those 77 degrees. Saturday to the south and west, Spencer 86 degrees, 87 in Ripley, Parkersburg at 85, Elkins 83, and Charleston at 88 degrees with Welch at 84. Again, the thunderstorm potential off and on here over the next few days, and definitely looking at some heavier rain potential next week as that front stalls very close to us.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
I love the state of West Virginia. I've met some of my best friends. I'm excited to be back. I still have my pickup truck. I still have four-wheel drive. One of the ladies asked me in the forum if I know how to drive in the snow. I told her, oh yeah, I spent 5 years in Elkins.
See, that's one of those things. Now that you're coming to Fairmont, you've handled the Elkins winter.
Yeah,
this
if you can handle Randolph County.
I mean, you're moving. This is basically coming back to Florida here when you get to Fairmont. I mean, this is easy.
It's going to be a breeze.
Sportsline on Metro News Television. If it matters in West Virginia, it's being talked about here.
Gentlemen, I could not care less if you read this message. All right, moving on to the next one. 304 Talk 304. Well, they said it, not me.
Oh, that's terrible. Read the guy's phone.
Maybe I will, maybe I won't.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talkline. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at WVMetroNewsTV.com.
"27 minutes until 4 o'clock. You're listening to Metro News Hotline. I'm Dale Cooper. Thanks for tuning in on this Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. I guess talking faster won't get the show done any quicker and won't get 5 o'clock here any quicker.
It might.
I'm as many complaints as I get for how quick I talk, maybe I should have tried to apply that and see if I can speed time up a little bit.
All right, put the brakes on then.
I'm trying to slow down. I'm a fast talker, like a Seinfeld episode. Like a Seinfeld episode. That's what I am. But hey, thanks for tuning in to Metro News Hotline. Let's get our question of the day out there before we get into the sound of sports. A 2026 poll found free Wi-Fi tops the list of must-have hotel amenities at 26%, with free breakfast and free parking tied at 24%. All three have essentially become expectation, not perks. Hilton's 2026 Trends Report, surveying 14,000 travelers across 14 countries, found that 90% call a comfortable bed the top road trip priority. 83% saying free breakfast is a must-have. 63% want pool access. 40% consider a smart TV with streaming to be a need. And 70% of hotel rooms in North America actually have one of those. And 16% require an in-room fridge, microwave, and a coffee maker. Only 3% said they would pay less for not having a free breakfast. Another thing to complain about at the place I stayed at on my vacation was the in-room coffee maker. I checked the tank, of course.
Oh, no.
Because you should probably do such things before you use the tank to make coffee. Absolutely full of mold.
Ew.
Just grotesquely scaled water and mold all over the thing. This was a expensive hotel, man. The staff could not be off their phones for any amount of time. The labor staff was actually great. The cleaning staff and stuff like that was, well, maybe not with the coffee maker, but as far as out and about and everything, they seemed fine. But the hotel staff, when you walked in, like you would walk in and they wouldn't even look up from their phone. They'd be like, "Welcome back. How you doing today?" Like people just standing around being paid to look at their phones.
I think you need to write a complaint letter.
I used to do that. It's out of state, so I can probably do that. I can't.
Well, the only way to see change in a place like that, you got to write somebody.
If I get in trouble if I talk about anywhere in state.
Well, you are the one and only super duper Dale Cooper.
I can't do that. But anyway, that was. But I want to know what your experience is. So you can text 304-825-5304. 304-TALK-304. I want to know what the must-have amenities for you and what's the deal breaker. What's a deal breaker for you when you're traveling? What must-have amenities do you need at your hotel room or rental? Or what is your deal breaker? 304-825-5304. We'll check some responses to those coming up here in just a moment, but let's go ahead and do the sound of sports. We'll get some responses to the Salango Law Hotline question of the day here in just a few moments, but for now, last night was the debut of the NFL preseason anyway. With the Hall of Fame game, the Carolina Panthers scored on the final play of the Hall of Fame game to beat the Arizona Cardinals 33-30 on Thursday night in Canton, Ohio. The Panthers, the Arizona's third-round rookie Carson Beck, though, was the story of the first half, completing 15 of 19 passes for 188 yards and a touchdown, looking comfortable and polished in his NFL debut.
Carson Beck in the cards inside the 5 for Fehoko in the end zone. He's got it with a touchdown. Jimmy Fehoko, receiver out of Stanford. And Beck with a nice touch.
Undrafted rookie Hayes King ran 5 yards for the walk-off touchdown with no time remaining for Carolina, and he stole the show. King finished 21 of 34 for 180 yards and 2 touchdowns, adding 39 yards rushing.
Soft box. Quarterback throw. Have a chance. Game on the line. King, he's going to step up. Pumps, runs, goal line. Is he in? Yes! Carolina wins! Haynes King! King of the night!
So really one of the better preseason games that you can remember. It was close. There was a walk-off win. It was pretty entertaining, high scoring. not a bad brand of football for the first game of the season. The 2026 Hall of Fame class was there last night. That included Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald. By the way, did you hear his comments about West Virginia a couple weeks ago? I might have to dig those up and play them. Larry Fitzgerald was not kind to the Mountain State a couple weeks ago. Luke Heckley, Adam Vinatieri, and Roger Craig. Can't believe he's just now getting into the Hall of Fame, but they were all honored before the game. Going to the NBA now, the Kawhi Leonard Clippers salary cap scandal got a new wrinkle. Investigative reporter Pablo Torre revealing that Leonard had a secret multi-million-dollar deal with Daktronics, the scoreboard company inside the Intuit Dome, and on top of the already investigated aspiration scheme tied to owner Steve Ballmer. Leonard's trade to Toronto remains on hold pending an NBA discipline and investigation, with a potential trial still looming.
Investigative reporter Pablo Torre revealed Thursday that Kawhi Leonard had a secret multi-million-dollar sponsorship deal with Daktronics, the company that made the scoreboards of the Clippers Intuit Dome, with one source calling it 1,000% a way to circumvent the salary cap. This is a second alleged hidden deal on top of the original aspiration scandal, where the Clippers were accused of funneling roughly $28 million to Leonard through a green banking company in which owner Steve Ballmer had personally invested $60 million, with Aspiration's co-founder ultimately sentenced to 14 years for wire fraud. The trade sending Leonard back to Toronto remains in limbo, with the Raptors saying they're eager to complete it, but unwilling to assume liability for potential penalties. The third-party investigation has concluded. The NBA is now deciding whether to take it to trial. The Clippers' Leonard case sits in a broader cloud of NBA integrity concerns. Prosecutors separately alleged witness tampering in the Terry Rozier betting case, and former players Malik Beasley and Ed Davis are among 6 charged in an expanding federal probe into gambling on NBA games.
Crazy stuff out of the NBA, just absolute crazy stuff down the list in the NBA. What a syndicate! I'll tell you what. Moving on to baseball now, the Reds held on last night. Cincinnati held on late to win a close one against Oakland and Cincinnati, and ended up sweeping that series.
Driven deep left center field. No doubt. 25 and counting for Sal Stewart. 3-2.
Sal Stewart with like 25 home runs and 90 RBI now for the season. Just an insane season for the rookie. Here's Reds manager Tito on Abbott's quality start last night.
I thought he pitched really well. When your starters get that deep, when you're into the 7th, and I think he could have gone on, I just wanted to make sure if we brought in Pierce, then we had Maul for Soderstrom. And I told him that. But when your pitchers go that deep, you can start trying to kind of match up a little bit. And, when they go 5, you can't do that.
Reds win 6-5. Brewers beat the Pirates by a score of 5-2. Milwaukee handled Pittsburgh without much drama, staying hot in the NL Central. Gary Sanchez had hit his 9th home run.
Hey. He has been on a long run of days in a row.
Sanchez cracks one into the deep left field. It is going to fly. El Gary puts the Brewers in front with a solo home run. Number 9 for Gary Sanchez.
That is the Brewers win that 5-2. Brewers taking on Minnesota tonight. The Pirates are going to be taking on the Mets in New York. By the way, the Reds are going to be in Washington tonight to start a weekend series against the Nationals. Moving over to the American League with the Mets and the Guardians. New York went off offensively against Cleveland yesterday in a blowout. That helps the Mets a little bit in trying to get back into some sort of positioning going into the weekend series against the Guardians.
Flies this one well to center field. Back goes Halpin onto the warning track, right at the wall. He can't get it. It's off the wall and bouncing away. Robert to third. He's going to be waved in. Bench to third base. He'll stop there with an RBI triple. And the Mets lead it 4-2.
I mean, the Mets are taking on Pittsburgh this weekend, like I said, and then the Guardians are moving on to Chicago to take on the White Sox. And then finally, the Nationals last night lost again to Philly. Philly bounced back after getting embarrassed 10-4 by Washington the night before, and it was a much-needed win for the Phillies. Here's Stotts with an RBI double late in the game.
There's a hard hit ball, line drive out to right center field. Cruz, he took a bad angle. It's going to go all the way to the wall, and JT's around third, heading for home. RBI double for Bryson Stotts, and the Phillies lead it 6-1.
The Phillies hit 7 doubles last night, 7 doubles in course to that victory. That's going to do it for the Sound of Sports. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, State Fire Marshal Ken Tyree is going to join us. We're going to learn about a new program It's going to help the state of West Virginia, hopefully, for its fire preparedness. We'll learn more about that when we come back.
Hello, I'm Shane Fisher. I'm a senior project manager at Civil and Environmental Consultants, where I'm able to lead projects that change communities and work alongside top-notch professionals. We are employee-owned, so accountability and pride fuel the work that we do. Our motto, clients first, those aren't just words, it's a promise. At CEC, we engineer progress in the great state of West Virginia.
Find out what CEC can do for you. Visit cecinc.com.
This boating season, elevate your family time with Lou Wendell Marine Sales. Proudly family owned for over 40 years, Lou and his sons are West Virginia's largest Avalon pontoon dealer. Trusted experts in premium boats, motors, and service. Discover refined comfort, elegant design, and performance you can feel. Now is the perfect time to take advantage of preseason savings. At Lou Wendell Marine Sales, they don't just sell boats, they sell family fun. Visit LouWendellMarineSales.com because the weekend's almost here.
Metro News Hotline, brought to you by Salango Law, will return right after these messages.
Football season begins right here on Metro News Television. Join us Thursday, August 27th for the 2026 WVSSAC kickoff game. Presented by the Army National Guard. The Cameron Dragons battle the Clay Battelle Seabees live from Blacksville. Don't miss the first kickoff of the new season, the 2026 WVSSAC kickoff game. Thursday, August 27th at 7 p.m. Pre-game coverage starts at 6:30 p.m. Powered by GoMart, only on Metro News Television.
I had a severe heart attack in November of 2024. And then I entered into congestive heart failure.
We really had to go towards an LVAD. And not only is he living, he's thriving.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
At Daniel's Men's Store, exceptional style begins with a curated selection and finishes with a flawless fit. When it's time to buy a suit, Daniel's is here to make sure yours is one of a kind. Discover tailored suits you'll only find in store at Daniel's.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong.
For over 20 years, Dan Cava Toyota World has been more than a dealership. We're family-owned, community-focused, and committed to taking care of our customers long after the sale. Our commitment doesn't stop when you drive off the lot. With factory-trained technicians and a service team you can trust, we're here to keep your vehicle running at its best for years to come. So when it's time to get your next vehicle, choose the dealership that's been serving the community for generations. Visit Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your App Store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
13 minutes to the top of the hour. Thanks for tuning in to Metro News Hotline. I'm Dale Cooper. Thanks for tuning in today. Remember, our question of the day today is I want to know what amenities you must have at your hotel or rental when you're going on vacation, and what's a deal breaker? What's a deal breaker? What amenities must you have when traveling at your hotel or rental, and what is a deal breaker? You can text 304-825-5304, 304-TALK, 304. We've had some responses to that. We'll get into those a little bit later on. Welcoming on to the program now, State Fire Marshal Ken Tyree is with me, and we're going to talk a little bit about this new program that the State Fire Marshal's office has launched. It's a free 5-minute digital home safety survey at firemarshal.wv.gov that any West Virginian homeowner or renter can take to help identify fire hazards in their own home and to get immediate safety guidance. We're going to find out a little bit more about that program today. Fire Marshal Ken Tyree is joining me now. Marshal Tyree, how you doing today?
Wonderful. Thank you. I appreciate being with you.
Appreciate you coming on and sharing this program with us. As I was doing some research into this and launching the program and some of the data behind West Virginia, this really seems like something that explain the program a little bit for us, and then we'll talk a little bit why we need it so much in this state.
Sure. Yeah. So it's as you had mentioned, it's a digital launch of a home safety survey. We have 740,000 households in West Virginia, 387,000 seniors, 269,000 K through 12 students, and we have been looking for a platform other than door to door because our local fire departments do a lot of great work, but can't go to door to homes, and we want to have a way to get into the home, and this digital platform has given us an answer. It's very scalable for us to be able to achieve the things we need to and collect the data we need to so that we can provide education relative to the potential risk and hazards that you referred to, and things like working smoke alarms, carbon monoxide alarms, the testing of them, keeping your doors closed at night when you go to bed, fire extinguishers in the home in use, unattended cooking, smoking safety is another, and then one that really creeps up on people, home medical oxygen use, and really the uninformed combination sometimes that people have of smoking and while using oxygen. And so we're really looking for the platform to be able to reduce our injuries, reduce fatalities in this great state we live in.
This all seems like a great cause, and it looks like in going into the data a little bit that we struggle a little bit in this state with some of our fire-related deaths. And like with a lot of things that comes down to this state, when you look at the population, I have to believe, and maybe you can confirm or correct me on this, but it has to do with maybe some of our aging population and things along those lines. And this survey is really going to help you to, because you can't mandate anything. I think I've heard you in other interviews say that, you don't have any authority over single-family residents or anything along those lines, but this will give you an opportunity to take a peek inside of homes and maybe be able to give some really salient advice to people.
You're very correct. The information that's asked for when you go into the survey is your address, but that PII is not kept on our level. We get county. It'll be based on county information, county by county, but it will be able to give us that peek inside, give people the opportunity, whether it be those that are living there, families that have the elderly, children at school and at home. It really gives us a platform to impact children and seniors because, as you're very aware, seniors, 60% of all of our fire fatalities in West Virginia on an annual basis are those of our senior population. So we really are trying to reduce and narrow the window when it comes to fire deaths and preventable injuries.
Is there anything, the survey is only 5 minutes. It's free, of course. Anybody can take it even on their phone if they wanted to. You don't have to have a PC or anything along those lines. And these are going to help reveal some common hazards that are in the homes. And you rattled off several of them there from your experience and expertise. Are those the type of things that you're expecting to see, or that you're seeing, things like unattended cooking? I know that there's been over the course of time so many terrible stories of people falling asleep while smoking a cigarette or something along those lines. Are these the type of information that you're getting on these surveys?
It is, yeah. Smoking safety, cooking, yeah, absolutely. We'll be able to target and look at that and enhance the education. But then what we'll do with the data is it'll be enhanced in this community at the community level, at the county level, in the aspect of further education, more broader education that can be brought to the local community. Because that's really what we're trying to do, is support the local fire departments and other community organizations that are already involved, senior centers, obviously the school system. We have a great, and you are aware of this, a fire safety poster contest that we do during the month of September and culminates with the awarding to 12 place winners in October. So we're in the K through 5 realm. And so, yeah, that's what we're really trying to do. We do believe and know that we'll be able to broaden our scope through this digital platform.
I think that it's a great initiative. Anything that's going to help. So folks can do this for absolutely free. Just takes a couple minutes. Fire Marshal, that's with one L, firemarshal.wv.gov. You can head over there and you can find the survey over there now and go through to fill out this information and give the folks that are looking to make a difference in the community, to help you, give them the tools to do that. They need information. Data makes the difference. And so you need to make sure you go to firemarshal.wv.gov, fill out that survey, give them the data that they need, and we can help get some life-saving measures into homes. Marshal Tyree, thank you so much for your time today. Really appreciate you coming on and sharing some of this important survey information that we have going on in the state.
Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate it, and they'll be able to take action from this survey, so that's what we're looking forward to.
Sounds great. Marshal Tyree, thank you very much, and I hope you have a great weekend.
Thank you. You do the same.
All right. Thank you so much. That's from the State Fire Marshal's Office. Fire Marshal Ken Tyree telling us about this survey. Once again, you can take that survey. It's at Fire Marshal, that's with one L, firemarshal.wv.gov, firemarshal.wv.gov. Just takes about 5 minutes and go there. And this is really important. I was reading some data behind this. In West Virginia, it's ranked in the top 10 nationally for fire deaths in 21 of the last 24 years. Fatality fire rate is 15.8 deaths per 1,000 fires, which is among highest in the country. And I saw I heard on another show that Marshal Tyree talked about, there was a time last year, I think in February last year, where there was 11 fatalities in 14 days. That's really something else. We need to take a break. We'll be back after this.
Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law, will return right after these messages.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Of course, the LVA was brought into my life because I had a severe heart attack in November of 2024. And then I entered into congestive heart failure.
Where he was in the course, we really had to go towards an LVAD.
At that point, I was committed. At that point, I wanted to get better, and I wanted to see what this machine was going to do for me.
With this therapy, he's thriving, doing well. And not only is he living, he's thriving.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
For over 20 years, Dan Cava Toyota World has been more than a dealership. We're family-owned, community-focused, and committed to taking care of our customers long after the sale. Visit Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
The best selection of WVU apparel is at Daniels Men's Store. Exclusive designs you won't find anywhere else. Stylish, sophisticated, and unmistakably Mountaineer. Shop in store or online at danielsofmorgantown.com.
I kid my friend who just texted me, by the way, and said, no blanking cheese. He got away with
Well, he
words.
should come out. Make sure he comes to the game.
No, you don't want him there because...
No, because not everyone's going to have cheese. I mean, there might be a couple that
No,
do.
what he's going to do, he's going to go up to everybody there and start turning over their carts and saying, this you are illegitimate. This is not accurate.
Midday on Metro News Television. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at WVMetroNewsTV.com.
Coming up in the 4 o'clock hour, it's one of our better hours of the week. I always enjoy the Friday 4 o'clock hour. We'll do a little buy, sell. Matt and Ryan will join me for that. It'll be hashtag Beer Friday with Pat Strader at 4:33, and we'll do a little bit of On This Date at 4:45. So you can join us then, won't you? And don't forget in the 5 o'clock hour, Brad Howe will join me and Aristotle Jones. So all of that on Hotline and more. You're listening to Hotline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun. Happy Friday, everyone, and thanks for checking in. Meteorologist Todd Nelson here with a look at your local forecast. We do have some thunderstorm potential on our Friday. Storm Prediction Center has upgraded that risk of storms to a marginal severe risk. So some isolated strongs could be a little bit on the strong side, wind and hail through that Friday time period. Better storm chance on Saturday. Might have a few left over Sunday morning, and then Monday overall looks dry until late in the afternoon. But we picked up some pretty decent rainfall amounts so far this month, over an inch in spots. And again, nice to see some surpluses here. But overall, the year-to-date deficit still fairly impressive. Charleston more than 6 inches below average, but most of our drought is a little farther east. Farther northeast, we still have a moderate drought. So again, isolated showers and thunderstorms still with us into our Friday late afternoon. A few thunderstorms overnight tonight to the north, and then Saturday will be a little more unsettled with those showers and thunderstorms redeveloping. At this point, not expecting anything severe, but through the weekend could see some half-inch plus total amounts, and then next week unsettled and very heavy rainfall is possible as a stalled front of boundary is with us. Time now for our Fly CRW forecast. And in Chicago, cooler Saturday, 80 degrees and sunshine. Our panhandle forecast does show temperatures on Saturday into the 80s. Again, the thunderstorm potential will be more into the afternoon. As we head to the west, Davis, those 77 degrees. Saturday to the south and west, Spencer 86 degrees, 87 in Ripley, Parkersburg at 85, Elkins 83, and Charleston at 88 degrees with Welch at 84. Again, the thunderstorm potential off and on here over the next few days, and definitely looking at some heavier rain potential next week as that front stalls very close to us.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
This is Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law. Metro News Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more from a Mountain State point of view. Hotline is a no politics zone. You can join the conversation. Text the show at 304-825-5304. 304-TALK-304. Once again, filling in for Dave Weekly is Dale Cooper.
Hey, I haven't heard that in a while. Nice one. That's from Matt Murphy, finding some of the archives. That comes way back from COVID era.
Oh,
hotline.
really?
Yeah, that was COVID era hotline. That's when I proclaimed myself the czar of hotline because everybody was czars of something back during COVID.
Sure, yeah.
And like there was nobody else in the building, basically, you know. So Dave and I just did whatever we wanted to in the COVID days. There was literally like 4 people in this building at any given time.
I was the czar of the Thursday deposit.
Oh, there you go.
I had to come to work one day a week
to do the deposit.
To do the deposit for the yep.
Oh, you remember those furlough days and all that stuff?
Oh my gosh!
Man, gosh, I forgot all about that for a minute. Like flashbacks,
wild times.
That was pretty crazy times back in the before times of 7 years ago. Even that seems like wow, really?
Yeah, well, 6. Yeah.
I'm still of that age where it feels like the year 2000 was not that long ago. Like that's sort of like the reference point for everything, but that was a quarter century ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite a while ago, you know.
That's one Ryan ago.
Yeah, just about. You know, it's no longer wild when somebody's like, "You weren't alive during 9/11." It's like a lot of people weren't alive during 9/11, as it turns out now.
It's true.
It's just crazy how I guess every year it gets a year down the line, right?
We're getting older.
Yeah, right. Thanks for tuning in today to Metro News Hotline. I'm Dale Cooper. You hear the cast of characters here. Typical for a Friday. Matt Guitar Murphy is my producer today. Ryan Nicholson is doing traffic here locally, otherwise known as Columbo, but really just hangs out until we can get through buy or sell on a Friday, and that's what we'll do here in just a minute. Let me go ahead and get our question of the day out there one more time, and then we'll go ahead and get into buy or sell. Question today is, I'm fresh off vacation. We were talking about that earlier. In a 2026 poll, it was found that free Wi-Fi tops the list of must-haves at hotel amenities at 26%, with free breakfast and free parking coming in at 24% apiece. Other things like free breakfast, free parking, having access to a pool or a fitness center come in as amenities that some people feel that they need, including fridge, microwave, and coffee maker. Most people said, 97% of the people said that they would not take a cheaper room if it meant they would not get their free breakfast. So what I want to know from you is, what amenities are must-haves at your hotel or rental when you are traveling on vacation, and what are your absolutely nots? What are the things that you will absolutely not put up with? So what are the amenities that you must have, and what are the things that you can't tolerate? You can text 304-825-5304. That's 304-TALK-304. We've had some responses to this today. Let's see. From the 304, if I wouldn't lose it, where did it go? Okay, here we go. From the 304-203, the deal breaker for me is if it's a hotel, if it has no restaurant or no AC and is uncomfortably hot. Well, I get you there. Nowhere to eat and no AC. That could definitely be a problem. From the 801s, this is from Matt in Utah. Number one, charging ports for wireless pads and everything. Agreed. You need to have like a wireless bank somewhere where you can plug in your different USB devices. Free parking, yes, definitely. A hot tub or swimming pool, like to have access to those things. I don't so much like the hot tubs in the room, so I would prefer to either go down to one or to have a pool there. Those hot tubs in the room, I don't know, man. I don't really love them sometimes. Maybe the single me or like a younger me would, but family me, not so much into them. They take up a lot of room and they're kind of noisy. I don't like how it's weird, like what they do to the noise.
I like the white noise personally.
Of water, of like sitting water. I just don't like.
You turn the jets on and you get the bubbly sound.
So you like sleep with the jets on?
Well, no, but I don't know. It sounds nice.
I don't mean when the hot tub's on. I mean when it's off. Like I don't like the negative space that it takes and the noise that the negative space.
What are you afraid you're going to sleepwalk and fall in?
Oh man, it's weird. It's just the absence of the space in the room gets to me. I can't explain it. It's just like it's a foreign object in the room that I don't like when I'm at a hotel.
The space has been filled with a tub.
I'm just telling you how I can't help how I feel. This is just how I feel. Anyway, and he also says that you have to have Wi-Fi, and I agree with that. I mean, and in this day and age, it's like I don't care about your free HBO and Cinemax. Give me your Wi-Fi, and I'll take care of the rest because those other things don't matter so much. So, let me know your responses, 304-825-5304. Now, did I ask you if you had any amenities?
No.
That must-haves? Do you have any, or did I not ask you?
That's a good question.
I can't remember. Do you have any? Whatever.
You've had an hour to think about this, Ryan.
An AC that isn't noisy.
Oh.
Kind of hard. Even at nicer hotels, most of the time they're wall units or something.
And thick walls.
Yeah.
Because Lord knows, like, you've been in a hotel and people are like, just in the next room over.
The craziest thing about the hotel that I just stayed at is that the rooms themselves were greatly insulated. I'd never heard another neighbor, but you could hear a pin drop from the bathroom stall throughout the rest of the place. I just couldn't help. I used to have to stay at hotels a lot for conferences. My old job used to put me up. They'd fly you to different places and then you go to a conference. And a lot of times they purposely put you in with somebody from the other side of the country for team building, I couldn't imagine being in a place like with somebody you've never really met before and it's just like living on top of each other with every noise exposed.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems like a little campish to me, unnecessary for grown-ups. I don't know. All right, well, let's get into doing a little bit of buy sell on a Friday, because that's the benchmark that we usually do. Set up, yada yada yada, Amy Smith, and something to do with something that we buy or sell on, and it gets to that point. So anyway, it's the same cast of characters we have every week. It's me, it's Matt, and Ryan this week. Dave is on vacation, and we're going to do a little buy sell. Basically, we just have propositions that we buy or sell. Relatively simple concept as far as it goes. And I will let you go first today, Matt.
Well, you sold that one there, didn't you?
People listen to the show. They know what it is.
They do know. They know. All right, so I want to talk about bullet journaling.
Oh, okay.
So it's, as the name, what it sounds like, it's a journal, and there's some kind of bullet point organization system, essentially.
Okay.
That's basically what it is. There's a multitude of uses
I thought this
for
was
these
like an
things.
assassin.
No. Bullet points.
journaling. Yeah,
Bullet points.
Gotcha.
Pens and paper. But you can use these for task planning, event scheduling, mood and habit tracking, fitness logging, finances, whatever. For me, it's usually, in fact, I wrote it in my bullet journal, a little field notes, pocket journal here. I usually write to-do lists, daily mantras, or quotes. Here's a quote for this topic today.
Oh, great.
Everything can go in your bullet journal, but not everything has to.
Oh, hey, nice.
It's kind of a choose-your-own-adventure thing. So my adventure for the month of August, I have embarked in some new habit tracking that I have not done previously. So every day, I log how much water, coffee, alcohol I have consumed, whether I exercised, my daily weight, calorie consumption, blood pressure, because I have to watch that, my daily device screen time, my overall mood for the day, and how many hours I slept.
Nice.
I log all of that every day in a paper journal. Some people find this to be a lot. Other people can't live without it. Guys, buy or sell daily habit tracking in a paper journal.
I will take it first, and I'm going to buy it. Although I track all of those things as well, but mine's not on a paper journal.
Of course not.
So
yeah.
I could compare. But that started back when, like almost a decade ago now, when I first started to try to find the way to lose weight, where I was wanting to lose all that weight.
Oh,
and
right,
so
yeah.
that started with apps and kind of gamifying the weight loss method. You know, whatever I wanted to do, I try to gamify it a little bit.
Sure.
And so I was tracking it to do that, and that led me to track other. Now I don't track every bite that I eat anymore. I did that up until maybe 2 years ago.
Oh,
Like,
wow, you
where
were
I tracked,
on that for a long
yeah, where I
time.
tracked every single bite that I ate because I didn't have the confidence to like not track my calories because I didn't want to like regress in my weight loss. I've maintained long enough now where I finally feel confident that I can that my eating habits have changed enough to where I don't have to worry about it. And I think it's true. I just coached myself to eat better, and that's what I do. But I totally buy this. I think that you can gain a lot of insights, as I have developed a really good relationship with my primary doctor. She loves the fact that I have all of this journaling that I've done on different things that I do, because we've been able to match that up with different things and, and to determine if it has some effect. One thing that's an obvious thing for me is I don't get enough sleep. Like I track that. I get an average of less than 5.5 hours a night. Like that's the red flag for me. Like my main health concern indicator is I don't get enough sleep. But I'm all into the journaling aspect of things. What do you think, Ryan?
First off, I'm going to buy, but
however,
you occasionally see these like daily habit tracker apps on the App Store, and it's like, hey, for one small fee of $6.99 a month, you can track all your habits and make differences. And it's like, yeah, but I could do it like for free with like a $12 notebook that I keep around and a pen. So I really would prefer this to the digital alternative.
There you go.
Be able to keep it.
I wouldn't do it myself. Like when it comes to calories, I just eyeball it. Does it work? I don't know. I'm not dead, so I think I'm fine.
You know,
that's some solid logic there.
One of the amazing things years ago, they're one of the hot Christmas gifts for like a season. Like I saw them for one Christmas, and it was these journals that you could get that were like hybrid journals that you could write in, and then like it automatically transferred the written text to your phone or whatever.
No.
Like part of me liked that because you could jot in real time, and then on your phone you would have like the neat notes or whatever, because my handwriting's pretty bad. But I could never get to the point, like I could never coach myself to do it like that. I just couldn't do it that way. Ryan, what's your topic?
So, Squid Games.
Oh, okay.
The big series on Netflix about a dystopian game show where people compete for money, and if they lose, they die. Very scary, but very popular. And Netflix has been throwing around the idea of, hey, what if Squid Games was real? What if Squid Games was in America? And they got David Fincher, a prominent director. He made Fight Club, some other stuff. He was slated to do an American Squid Game spinoff, but Netflix canceled that recently. And so what are we left with now? Well, there's this one guy, his name's Jimmy Beast. I don't know his actual real name, but it's Mr. Beast. And for a while now, he's had a show called Beast Games, where it's like Squid Games, except people don't die, and it's more humiliating. So
people don't die, and somehow it's worse.
Yeah. So buy or sell, we don't need an American Squid Games because Mr. Beast's Beast Games already fill the dystopian game show niche.
That's interesting because my understanding is your perspective here is that Mr. Beast's deal is already pretty bad.
Yeah.
That I haven't watched his show, so I don't know that much about it. But man,
You aren't missing much.
I don't like anything about the individual so much. Everything I've learned about him, I've learned against my will, and I don't really care for any of it.
Yeah.
I think it's just not of my demo. I don't really know, but he has like one of those faces that you don't like, and it's just like one of those things.
He's got permanent artificial smile on his face.
Yeah, like he has it like very fake. I even saw like a wedding picture of him or something, and he had like his marketing smile on. It was really creepy looking. That's like literally all I know about him, other than that I wish I didn't know anything about him.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know anything about the Mr. Beast guy?
No, I'm going to buy this for a completely different reason.
Okay, all right.
I have friends in Australia. They have Netflix too.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need an American anything. If it's out there in the world,
I mean, that's true.
You can just watch it. We don't need to recreate it on our own soil.
The day has passed where there was something that was inaccessible because it was in a foreign market or whatever, and we would just make an American version of it. That we don't see that much anymore because everything's available. I mean, Netflix, half of their original programming is just shows that are from another country that they bought.
Yeah, like one of the streaming services I use is like just anime because I'm a degenerate, but that's all Japanese, you know.
Well,
yeah.
My other question here too. Like, why do we need multiples of the same show? The Voice, like they have a voice in England, and I think they have like a Norwegian voice. It's just
X Factor.
Like just put the show on in every country, dub over the voices, subtitles, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Endorsed, I don't really care. That sounds good to me. Yeah, why not? Let's see here. Let's see. I guess I'll take a turn here. Have you ever fibbed to get out of something you really didn't want to do?
Yes.
Matt? Maybe. Why are you asking?
Held harmless in this conversation about this. Well, I asked because a Vermont production of Rocky Horror Picture Show, a show about a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania who turns people into meat, was canceled not by an outside threat and not for being canceled in any other way, but by its own musical director, who apparently found dealing with the cast with his own cast more terrifying than anything in the script. Kenneth Greener, 26, allegedly used a texting app to send himself threatening messages to himself and castmates, including bone-chilling warnings about needing to let cast members go and threats about continuing with the production. Police traced his IP address the IP address of the messages directly to his house, and his explanation was he just wanted out of directing the show and he didn't know how to quit.
Oh no.
So buy or sell outlandish fabrications to get out of something you're no longer into. So you committed to it and then you no longer want to do it.
Yeah.
Well,
you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. You don't want to have to answer a bunch of questions, all those text messages that you're going to get. How can I just pull the plug as easily as possible? A tiny little white lie.
I'm going to have to sell this, and I'm going to have to offer a suggestion. Therapy. Go to therapy, man. Or just learn how to say no. No. Not only is a singular word, it is a sentence by itself.
It sounds like a theater kid that was beat up, that was like bullied by theater kids.
Yes. Yes.
What do you think, Ryan?
You know, I'm the complete opposite opinion of Matt. I think that not only do I buy, but I think that it should be made easier, legally speaking. You know, I think this is a perfect avenue for legalizing faking your own death. Who does it hurt? Like, who does it really hurt when you fake your own death?
Just want it out of that play production, man.
It's fine.
You ever had to do one of these things before?
Just say, like, oh, the theater director, oh, he got into a bad car accident. Oh, I can't do the show. Sorry, guys. Don't need to follow up. Don't need to provide paperwork. Just One bad accident.
I
It's
have
not
a
that
friend
bad.
who we have an agreement when it comes to faking your own death. And I know where to meet her if she disappears, and it's not anywhere near this country.
All right.
I'm the only one I think that knows. Her daughter's the other one, but
all right. Yeah, you know.
I don't know.
Yeah. Contingency plans. We're finding out
That's
things
right.
today. There's plans upon plans upon plans. So that's buy or sell. Hope you enjoyed it. I thought it was a good time as always finding out things about folks. We're going to go ahead and take our break now. We're going to do an entertainment report when we come back. Hashtag Beer Friday is right around the corner, so you want to stay tuned for that. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to Hotline on Metro News.
Don't forget about our podcast. Check out your favorite podcast provider or simply go to WVMetroNews.com and click on the podcast link. This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Football season begins right here on Metro News Television. Join us Thursday, August 27th for the 2026 WVSSAC kickoff game. Presented by the Army National Guard. The Cameron Dragons battle the Clay Battelle Seabees live from Blacksville. Don't miss the first kickoff of the new season, the 2026 WVSSAC kickoff game, Thursday, August 27th at 7 p.m. Pre-game coverage starts at 6:30 p.m. Powered by GoMart, only on Metro News Television.
I had a severe heart attack in November of 2024. And then I entered into congestive heart failure.
We really had to go towards an LVAD. And not only is he living, he's thriving.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
At Daniel's Men's Store, exceptional style begins with a curated selection and finishes with a flawless fit. When it's time to buy a suit, Daniel's is here to make sure yours is one of a kind. Discover tailored suits you'll only find in-store at Daniel's.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong.
Need a truck that's ready for work, weekends, and everything in between? Right now at Dan Cava GMC, get up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierra 1500, or save up to $4,000 off all new GMC Canyon Elevations, offering bold styles, advanced technology, and everyday practicality. Come explore our all-new GMC Yukons, built for busy families and big adventures. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your App Store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
Touchdown! Start it today.
Some business news after Chipotle stopped selling jalapenos during the concerns about salmonella. Qdoba did the same thing. Yeah, it makes sense because Qdoba gets their jalapenos from the dumpster behind Chipotle.
I thought that was pretty good after previewing the jokes. I thought that one hit pretty quick. Welcome to Hotline. It is time for some entertainment news, and let's go ahead and get an entertainment report from ABC.
ABC Entertainment News.
A movie about the life and career of football legend John Madden has been sidelined from theaters. Instead, the David O. Russell-directed film that stars Nicolas Cage as the football coach turned broadcaster turned video game namesake is going to stream directly on Prime Video November 18th. The movie, titled Madden, also stars Christian Bale as iconic Raiders owner Al Davis. Rihanna found love in a hopeless place, and she may be finding herself back in the recording studio. That's at least according to her partner A$AP Rocky. He told BET's The Jason Lee Show that Rihanna is working on something. He didn't offer more details, but any Rihanna album would be her first since 2016.
Tell me what you remember.
Charlize Theron doesn't remember it, but the Oscar winner who features in this summer's The Odyssey was born 50 years ago today in South Africa. Brian Clark, ABC News.
Thank you, Brian. Appreciate that. Some TV and streaming you don't want to miss this weekend. Tonight, Raising Kanan, the series finale, is going to be on Stars Plus, and Anna Pigeon debuts on the USA Network. Tomorrow night on Paramount Plus, Billie Eilish has a live streaming concert special. You might want to check that out. On Sunday, House of Dragons has its Season 3 finale on HBO. That's probably the biggest event of the weekend. And then NFL's Monday Night Football on Monday in the preseason. We'll be back after this. You're listening to Hotline on Metro News. Metro News is the voice of West Virginia. It's Beer Friday.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Jeff Jenkins. Harrison County Sheriff Robert.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun. Happy Friday, everyone, and thanks for checking in. Meteorologist Todd Nelson here with a look at your local forecast. We do have some thunderstorm potential on our Friday. Storm Prediction Center has upgraded that risk of storms to a marginal severe risk. So some isolated strongs could be a little bit on the strong side, wind and hail through that Friday time period. Better storm chance on Saturday. Might have a few left over Sunday morning, and then Monday overall looks dry until late in the afternoon. But we picked up some pretty decent rainfall amounts so far this month, over an inch in spots. And again, nice to see some surpluses here. But overall, the year-to-date deficit still fairly impressive. Charleston more than 6 inches below average, but most of our drought is a little farther east. Farther northeast, we still have a moderate drought. So again, isolated showers and thunderstorms still with us into our Friday late afternoon. A few thunderstorms overnight tonight to the north, and then Saturday will be a little more unsettled with those showers and thunderstorms redeveloping. At this point, not expecting anything severe, but through the weekend could see some half-inch plus total amounts, and then next week unsettled and very heavy rainfall is possible as a stalled front of boundary is with us. Time now for our Fly CRW forecast. And in Chicago, cooler Saturday, 80 degrees and sunshine. Our panhandle forecast does show temperatures on Saturday into the 80s. Again, the thunderstorm potential will be more into the afternoon. As we head to the west, Davis, those 77 degrees. Saturday to the south and west, Spencer 86 degrees, 87 in Ripley, Parkersburg at 85, Elkins 83, and Charleston at 88 degrees with Welch at 84. Again, the thunderstorm potential off and on here over the next few days, and definitely looking at some heavier rain potential next week as that front stalls very close to us.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
I love the state of West Virginia. I've met some of my best friends. I'm excited to be back. I still have my pickup truck. I still have four-wheel drive. One of the ladies asked me in the forum if I know how to drive in the snow. I told her, oh yeah, I spent 5 years in Elkins.
See, that's one of those things. Now that you're coming to Fairmont, you've handled the Elkins winter.
Yeah, if you can handle Randolph County.
I mean, you're moving. This is basically coming back to Florida here when you get to Fairmont. I mean, this is easy.
It's going to be a breeze.
Sportsline on Metro News Television. If it matters in West Virginia, it's being talked about here.
Gentlemen, I could not care less if you read this message. All right, moving on to the next one. 304 Talk 304. Well, they said it, not me.
Oh, it's terrible. Read the guy's phone.
Maybe I will, maybe I won't.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talkline. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at WVMetroNewsTV.com.
International Beer Day lands on the first Friday of August every year, which means today is the day. It was founded in 2007 in Santa Cruz, California, with 3 simple goals. Bring people together over a great beer, thank the bartenders and brewery workers who make it all happen, and celebrate brewing traditions from around the world. August was chosen deliberately. Summer weather is ideal, and the date sits well clear of Oktoberfest and St. Patrick's Day, giving it its own space on the calendar. What started as a California idea now reaches more than 200 cities globally. Guinness is giving away 100 free beers in London today. InBev launched a worldwide campaign around it. Korea, India, New Zealand, breweries everywhere are using it to connect with their communities. The best line comes from InBev's CEO. When someone says, "Let's grab a beer," you know it means something more. It's an invitation to celebrate or simply connect. International Beer Day just puts an official date on something people were already doing every Friday in August anyway. Happy Beer Friday.
Well, you've heard it. Happy International Beer Day. It's Beer Friday. Pat Strader's coming up. Stay tuned. It's hashtag Beer Friday.
And though we ain't no PhDs, but there's one thing that's for sure. When the whistle blows, everybody knows it's beer o'clock. Beer o'clock. I just can't wait. Beer o'clock. I don't want to be late. Beer o'clock. You know I worked all day for beer o'clock. You know, quitting time round here is beer o'clock.
It's beer o'clock somewhere. Thanks for tuning in to Metro News Hotline. And it is International Beer Day. So that is a hashtag International Beer Friday. And we bring onto the line, it is the one and the only Pat Strader. Happy Beer Friday, Pat. How you doing today?
Oh, no, is he gone?
I mean, he got tired of all that, I guess.
There he is.
I was over here on mute because I was trying to, I didn't want to get all the dogs howling when I sing along.
Oh, I like the Beer Friday singing along. Happy International Beer Friday. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, Coop. Happy International Beer Friday.
Hey, man, it's a big day in the brewery side of things, at least internationally speaking. There's no question about that. And always there's good things going in West Virginia. But how you doing, Pat? Everything going all right?
Yeah, man. Can't complain.
Good stuff. I know that we have plenty of things that we're going to talk about here today as we get into our Beer Friday and our Beer O'Clock. So let's get started into some of the things that's going on in West Virginia for this weekend. We always talk about Big Timber. It seems like every week, and Forest Fest is finally back. That's a yearly thing that has really gotten very popular.
It has, and earlier this week, I know you guys were talking about what's a sign that it's football season.
Yes.
Well, here it is, Coop. Big Timber Forest Fest is back. Now, this is an Oktoberfest, and granted, we are in August, but still, you can start to feel the tinge of fall in the air in the mornings and evenings. And, this Oktoberfest, the Big Timber, it's a fantastic example of a Oktoberfest. It is in cans, so keep an eye out for that and all the usual places where you find your quality beer, and enjoy this thing because it won't be around too long, and it's really a fantastic beer.
And sort of like Christmas in July, having an Oktoberfest now, for people that like that sort of thing, it's kind of a departure. Instead of it being the only thing available on tap or the one special beer that the restaurant has, having it now is kind of an interesting diversion. That's a good idea.
Yep. Well, and when you start to see Halloween decorations out in like late June, it's only natural that an Oktoberfest comes to us in August.
Yeah, I know. You move out 4th of July and suddenly the vampires and ghosties are taking over already. It's incredible how quickly these things move. They don't even put up anything for my birthday, which comes in August. You'd think they could at least take a break for that. Let's talk about in Parkersburg, the Downtown Brewfest. That's going to take place tomorrow as well, and that's a big event.
It is. Yeah, we got 2 big events tomorrow, and starting with the Parkersburg Downtown Brew Fest. This is happening there at Bicentennial Park. It's on 3rd Street there in Parkersburg. They've got a lot of local vendors, a bunch of different beers. They've got several different distributors that are going to be there that carry a number of different craft brands, live music, again, food, and the tickets, they start at $20. So if you're looking for something to do tomorrow, $20 is a really good investment for what you're going to get here.
Yeah, it's a great and it's you're going to Parkersburg. It's a great town to go to. It's only $20. It's right there at Bicentennial Park. It's yet another nice thing to do on a weekend. And it's if you're of the beer disposition, it's a great place to go and celebrate brews. It's not a bad idea at all. Speaking of which, another thing that's become like really an institution is the Rails and Ales. Yeah. And this is the 15th Rails and Ales tomorrow.
Yeah, and Coop, it kind of, I heard you earlier talking about like the year 2000 didn't seem too long ago, right?
Right.
I mean, like I know that you and I were talking on the air with Dave about the very first one.
100%, I remember. Yes.
We've been doing this a long time.
Wow.
But the 15th Rails and Ales is happening tomorrow. Tickets are still available, which I'm honestly very surprised because this is not only one of the best beer festivals in the state. I would put this one up, regionally, even nationally, Coop. I mean, they have built this event to be something very special. They have been very deliberate in how that they have built this event. It's a fantastic deal. And, again, it's really, I'm surprised the tickets are still available. Right there in Huntington, 15th Rails and Ales is tomorrow. If you're looking for something to do, man, this would be a great place to do it as well.
They have tons of information on Facebook, also railsandales.com. You can go there and find out more information. 15 years they've been doing this. That's absolutely incredible. That's good for them, and wow, time passes very quickly. That's something else.
And I'm sorry not to belabor it, but, when they first started this, they really limited the tickets. They could have sold many, many more tickets when they first started doing this than they did because they wanted to make sure that they kept it small so that it was a good experience for everybody that's been there. And they've learned over the years, each year they've learned something new to make the event even better.
That's great stuff. 15th annual Rails and Ales, that's going to be tomorrow. And then finally, Bad Shepherd, they have some limited edition beers coming up as well.
They do. They've got a couple of things happening here. And, I know many folks were at the Billy Show earlier this week, and they have a batch that they released right before the show. They call it Hops in a Baggie, which is, a little homage to one of Billy's very most well-known songs. And so they've got Hops in a Baggie. They describe this as having mosaic and citra hops, but then they also have, this one is 1 keg only. So if you're interested in this, you better get down there because it's going to be going fast. But it's called What Up? And this is a blood orange IPA with grapefruit and quantum citra hops. So, man, a really unique combination here in the hops and the grapefruit. A lot of times some of these versions of hops really will almost make you think that you're getting grapefruit in the beer. So when you put the grapefruit in and then you play off the hops as well, man, 1 keg only. I bet they're going to have people asking them to brew this one again.
Yeah, I'm really curious on what that would taste like because you're right. That's absolutely sort of the duality of flavors that you get when you have hops. It really does remind you of sort of that kind of bitterness of a grapefruit. So I am that is very curious on what that flavor profile would be. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
That's good stuff, Pat. I know we'll let you cut out of here to get you started on your weekend, but you got a big celebration coming up as well, right?
I do. And, craft beer has been something that I've been interested in for a very, very long time. And I really kind of cut my teeth, if you will, drinking craft beer with my dad. In the mid-'90s, he was out in California, and I'd go out there. I spent a summer with him. I'd go to visit him, and we'd go visit different breweries. I remember Sierra Nevada Pale Ale was like this eye-opening experience for me, and my dad and I would sit on the porch and enjoy those beers. And tomorrow is his birthday, Coop, so I'm raising one for him for his birthday. So happy birthday to my dad, Jim.
Man, happy birthday to Jim. And actually, I love hearing that origin story because I've talked to you before, and I knew that Sierra Nevada was sort of your go-to, and I knew that was one of the first craft beers you had. I didn't know the provenance behind that. What a great story. That's fantastic.
Yeah, we used to sit and drink those beers, and in fact, Bigfoot, the barley wines, when they would only sell it in California, he would ship cases of it back to me in Morgantown when I was in school. So happy birthday, Dad.
So love doubly a special International Beer Friday for you and your dad, Jim. That's great stuff.
That's right. That's right.
All right, Pat, we appreciate your time as always and giving us the lowdown on what's happening with the brews in the state of West Virginia and your dad, Jim. So thank you so much for that, and happy birthday to your dad. We'll talk to you back here next week on Happy Beer Friday.
Thanks for having me, Coop, and happy Beer Friday.
Happy Beer Friday to you as well. That's Pat Strader. He'll be back here next week with some more Beer Friday. We need to take a break. We'll come back with On This Date right after this.
Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law, will return right after these messages.
All children.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
For over 20 years, Dan Cava Toyota World has been more than a dealership. We're family-owned, community-focused, and committed to taking care of our customers long after the sale. Our commitment doesn't stop when you drive off the lot. With factory-trained technicians and a service team you can trust, we're here to keep your vehicle running at its best for years to come. So when it's time to get your next vehicle, choose the dealership that's been serving the community for generations. Visit Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Of course, the LVA was brought into my life because I had a severe heart attack in November of 2024. And then I entered into congestive heart failure.
Where he was in the course, we really had to go towards an LVAD.
At that point, I was committed. At that point, I wanted to get better, and I wanted to see what this machine was going to do for me.
With this therapy, he's thriving, doing well. And not only is he living, he's thriving.
The best selection of WVU apparel is at Daniel's Men's Store. Exclusive designs you won't find anywhere else. Stylish, sophisticated, and unmistakably Mountaineer. Shop in store or online at danielsofmorgantown.com.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
Touchdown!
12 minutes to the top of the hour. I'm Del Cooper. You're listening to Metro News Hotline on a Friday afternoon, getting you ready for the weekend, trying to take our foot off the gas just a little bit to cruise smoothly into the weekend to get you a good launching off point. And one thing that we can get into to hopefully give you a leg up is a little bit of on this date. On this date, being August 7th, the actor Wayne Knight was born. You might know him better as Hello Newman from Seinfeld.
Hello, boys. Oh! Hello, Newman. Are you looking for someone?
Don't play coy with me, Newman. I'm not in the mood.
Coy? I'm not being coy.
Is he being coy?
Yeah, coy.
You're being coy. Now, where's Kramer, Newman?
Who?
Listen, Tiny. I want to know where Kramer is, and I want to know now.
All right, go ahead and hit me, Seinfeld. I got witnesses.
Turn around, George.
George?
Now, you better tell me where Kramer is, or we're going to have to do this the hard way.
Help! Help!
Where's Kramer?
Help!
What's going on?
They're gonna pick me up.
No, we're not. We're trying to find out what happened to Kramer.
You want to know what happened to Kramer? I'll tell you what happened to Kramer. He was ticked off about the keys. Yeah, that's right, about the keys. Thought he got a bad rap.
Bad rap?
Yeah, from you.
Me?
You heard me. So he packed a grip and he split for the coast. La La Land. L.A.
Wayne Knight, Newman, is 71 today. In 1960, David Duchovny was born from The X-Files and Californication. He's 66 today. Also, Charlize Theron was born. She turns 51 today. In this clip from Mad Max Fury Road, Furiosa made a deal but fears it will go bad.
I made a deal up ahead. Safe passage. I don't know if it's still any good. Get back in the hold. Keep the hatch open. I need you here. You may have to drive the rig.
Also on this date in 1909, the U.S. issued the first Lincoln penny. In this clip from The Simpsons, Homer gets way too excited about finding a penny on the floor.
Is that what I think it is?
Mm-hmm.
I found a penny!
And in 2007, San Francisco Giant slugger Barry Bonds hits number 756 career home run to break Hank Aaron's long-standing MLB record.
Deals. And Bonds hits one high. Hits it deep. It is out of here. 756. Bonds stands alone. He is on top of the all-time home run list. What a special moment for Barry Bonds. And what a special moment for these fans here in San Francisco. There it is.
And still the home run king, although asterisks may be applied depending on your opinion of the matter. In 2016, Miami Marlins veteran Japanese outfielder Ichiro Suzuki became the 30th member of the 3,000 hit club in a 10-7 win against the Rockies.
The 2-0. Ichiro to right and deep. Back goes Parra to the wall, and it's off the wall. 3,000 is in right field, and Ichiro is racing for third, and he's done it. He's climbed the mountain. A triple. And he has arrived at 3,000.
Pretty incredible. I got to see Ichiro play a couple times in my life before he retired, once in New York and once in Cincy. And, man, I got to say that for my money, as far as just pure hitters go, a guy that walks up to the plate and you expect to get a hit, it doesn't get much better than Ichiro. That guy could just hit and hit and hit and hit and hit. I liked him a lot when he was an active player, and I like him in retirement. I like Ichiro quite a bit. He's in the Hall of Fame now, of course, as well. Our music to the break today. In 1958, Bruce Dickinson was born. He's the heavy metal rocker from Iron Maiden. He's 68 today. And that is our music to the break from Iron Maiden. We'll be back after this. You're listening to Hotline on Metro News.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Morning, TJ Meadows.
Good morning, sir. It's yet another beautiful day to be in pursuit of happiness, is it not?
I like the optimism. Let's see if we can take care of that by the end of the show today, shall we? Any thoughts, Mr. Meadows?
Talkline, available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at WVMetroNewsTV.com.
At Daniel's Men's Store, exceptional style begins with a curated selection and finishes with a flawless fit. When it's time to buy a suit, Daniel's is here to make sure yours is one of a kind. Discovered, tailored suits you'll only find in-store at Daniel's.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
For over 20 years, Dan Cava Toyota World has been more than a dealership. We're family-owned, community-focused, and committed to taking care of our customers long after the sale. Visit Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world!
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
I had a severe heart attack in November of 2024. And then I entered into congestive heart failure.
We really had to go towards an LVAD. And not only is he living, he's thriving.
The conversation starts long before the game.
You want a heavy swag purchase?
Well, one of my things, I love gear from events.
Okay.
I just love. That's a thing. I gotta go get gear.
Well, you're not alone because there's a lot of people.
A lot of people. When my daughter was little and participating in karate, we'd go up to Weir and be at an event. I'm like, right, I'm a T-shirt we got. Let's get a T-shirt for Let's get a T-shirt.
3 guys before the game. Available on Metro News Television.
By Brady and the Ad Council.
It's time for a hotline hot mess.
A Florida sheriff's detective has been arrested and fired after an internal audit caught her running 47 illegal searches on her husband's ex-wife through the department's license plate recognition system, Flock cameras. Brandy Almany, 40, of Sumner County, Sheriff's Office ran 47 searches on the same license plate number between April and July, and also assessed 2 other restricted databases using fake case numbers to make everything look legitimate. Her explanation to investigators: she was helping her husband track his ex-wife's routine so he could serve her with civil papers more easily. When asked why she did it, she said she was stupid. She was fired, and the Sheriff's Department has taken their flock cameras offline. Under further review, it's hardly an isolated case. It's part of a wave. The Washington Post did an analysis of police and court records and found 50 law enforcement officers charged with abusing flock license plate reader technology just in 2026. 18 in the state of Georgia alone. A Milwaukee officer tracked a partner and her ex nearly 180 times in 2 months this year. A police chief in Kansas tracked his girlfriend and new boyfriend more than 200 times. Yeah, this is happening everywhere with these cameras. Something else, something to think about perhaps. That's going to do it for the second hour of Metro News Hotline. When we come back, it's going to be hour number 3, which is just fine to me for a Friday afternoon. We're going to have Brad Howe to kick things off. We'll do a little in or out, and then Aristotle Jones will join us at the bottom of the 5 o'clock hour to get us out of here with some sounds good music to get us ready for the weekend. So all of that is coming up and more in our 5 o'clock hour. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I'm Dale Cooper. Dave Weekley is on vacation. He will be back a week from Monday. We'll try to persevere without the Grand Poobah. I'm Dale Cooper. You're listening to Hotline on Metro News, and Metro News is the voice of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun. Happy Friday, everyone, and thanks for checking in. Meteorologist Todd Nelson here with a look at your local forecast. We do have some thunderstorm potential on our Friday. Storm Prediction Center has upgraded that risk of storms to a marginal severe risk. So some isolated strongs could be a little bit on the strong side, wind and hail through that Friday time period. Better storm chance on Saturday. Might have a few left over Sunday morning, and then Monday overall looks dry until late in the afternoon. But we picked up some pretty decent rainfall amounts so far this month, over an inch in spots. And again, nice to see some surpluses here. But overall, the year-to-date deficit still fairly impressive. Charleston more than 6 inches below average, but most of our drought is a little farther east. Farther northeast, we still have a moderate drought. So again, isolated showers and thunderstorms still with us into our Friday late afternoon. A few thunderstorms overnight tonight to the north, and then Saturday will be a little more unsettled with those showers and thunderstorms redeveloping. At this point, not expecting anything severe, but through the weekend could see some half-inch plus total amounts, and then next week unsettled and very heavy rainfall is possible as a stalled front of boundary is with us. Time now for our Fly CRW forecast. And in Chicago, cooler Saturday, 80 degrees and sunshine. Our panhandle forecast does show temperatures on Saturday into the 80s. Again, the thunderstorm potential will be more into the afternoon. As we head to the west, Davis, those 77 degrees. Saturday to the south and west, Spencer 86 degrees, 87 in Ripley, Parkersburg at 85, Elkins 83, and Charleston at 88 degrees with Welch at 84. Again, the thunderstorm potential off and on here over the next few days, and definitely looking at some heavy rain potential next week as that front stalls very close to us.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
This is Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law. Metro News Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour, navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more from a Mountain State point of view. Hotline is a no politics zone. You can join the conversation. Text the show at 304-825-5304. 304-TALK-304. Once again, filling in for Dave Weekly is Dale Cooper.
Hello and welcome to the show. If you haven't been here already, hour number 3 on a Friday, and we're about ready to get out of here with a little bit of the fanfare. We'll set up the rest of it after this.
Solo cup, I fill you up. Let's have a party. Let's have a party. I love you, Red Soul. Everybody's working for the weekend. Everybody wants a new romance.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend.
Enough is enough. I have had it with these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday break.
Oh, Sam. Have you ever watched that movie?
I don't even know what movie it's from.
Snakes on a Plane, obviously.
Oh. Well, there you go. I don't know if I mean, for someone that is an actor I know of very well, I know him for all of the wrong reasons, and they're usually all F-bombs. I have no idea what movies that man has been in.
I mean, it's hard to believe because he was in, like, minor roles, and, like, you go back and watch the original Jurassic Park, it's like, hey, that's Samuel L. Jackson, and he's, like, just like a lab geek. I can't believe he's in this movie.
Wait a minute. He's No.
Yeah, he's in Jurassic Park. The first is
he really?
He's like Newman's workmate because Newman's in it too.
I remember that. Yeah.
He's like his workmate. He's one of the other pencil neck scientists. He's like a non-factor basically in the film. He's not Samuel L. Jackson. He's just like an extra.
I have not seen that movie in a minute.
It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
I love it.
It is surreal to see it with Samuel L. Jackson, and he's nothing. He's meaningless in the film.
Jeff Goldblum stole the show there.
Oh, I know. Yeah, he's so good. And Sam Neill too, and who we just lost. But literally to this day, and frankly, the way that Hollywood's gone in the last few years, where they're being cheaper and cheaper with their CGI. You can go and look at the original Jurassic Park now, and frankly, in 4K on a nice, it holds up very well.
I believe it.
Even in compared to today, because today it's so cheap. They're just trying to get the movies out there. They don't really care what they look like. But yeah, I mean that's.
I'll have to watch Snakes
Samuel
on a Plane.
Jackson's right there, man. He's
watch.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. If it tells you anything about it, the only reason he agreed to do the movie was because of the name, and then he refused to allow them to change the name of the movie. He's like, I'm out if you change the name of the movie.
Wow.
Because Snakes on a Plane was apparently the working title. He's like, yes, and nothing changes. And it's just pure B camp. It's just a pure campy film, but it's pretty fun. It's a fun movie.
I will check it out.
Yeah. Anyway, the lore to that clip is actually we used it to celebrate his birthday early in the show. And it was obviously it was Samuel L. Jackson voicing his own cable or network TV version of a clip from the movie.
Oh,
Because
sure.
in the movie, that part is full of F-bombs. It's like
Of
him
course.
cussing up a storm. And so he voiced his own overdub of it. So it's this really funny Monday to Friday. It works perfectly for the show. After Dave and I played it years and years ago as a part of On This Day, we're like, we got to keep that because it works perfectly for the show. So it's been part of the show lore ever since then.
I had no idea the origination
That's
story
the lore.
of that.
That's the lore.
How cool.
Yeah, indeed. Let's go ahead and bring Brad Howe in. We got to talk a little bit about some Mountaineer sports and things that are going on. Brad is joining us from, I think, the studio up in Morgantown. How you doing today, Brad?
Hello, boys. Doing great. How are you all?
And appreciate you being with us today. I know that it's been a busy week for you.
Nah, glad to be here.
How was things inside the huddle yesterday with Tony?
It was fun. We didn't get to see you, though, Coop. We were in the building. We did a little hit on midday, and then I heard Weekly was in the room last night. I don't know if you were. I don't know how I didn't see him, but I didn't get a chance to see him. But the event was awesome. Packed house. 200-plus people in there, and really good questions, and obviously for a great cause going to the United Way. So really fun night.
I can tell you why you didn't see us. We snuck out the back door. I'm telling you, 6:01, we were packed up, and we snuck out. The only person we saw and really spoke to was Tony. He was on with us for 5 minutes, and that was it.
Because I was going to say, I was by the other door. I thought there was only one way in and one way out, but you had the veteran move of slip out.
You better believe it.
And Matt was there in my place yesterday because I had been on some vacations, and if anybody knows how to break down a rig in a hurry, it's Matt. Matt can break it down neatly in a hurry.
Yes.
He does a good job with that.
We had fun in spite of not seeing Matt or Dave.
Well, that's good stuff. I know that's always something we enjoy kind of doing the pregame for every year, getting folks ready for that, to be inside the huddle. And it's always an enlightening time. Tony was making the interesting point last night when he was on with Dave for a few moments that it's really expanded over time for him, where now it used to be like a predominant football event where he would get on and everybody just wanted to hear about football. But now he mixes in obviously some basketball, but also some women's basketball and some baseball into some of his presentation. And that got me to thinking a little bit. This time of year for folks, especially somebody that does what you do for a living, people always want to pick your brain about, hey, what do you think about the quarterbacks? What do you think about the wide receivers? What do you think about Rod? All these things, great questions, nothing wrong with them. But you got thoughts of your own, and I was kind of wondering, what are some things, some narratives, whatever sport, the floor is yours, that you've picked up on this year that you kind of want to talk about?
You know, it's interesting you said that because I was listening last night as Tony was going through his stuff, and you're exactly right. It goes from a pretty big segment of football, and that's what we're all looking forward to right now as we close in 3 weeks or 4 weeks from kickoff, and we've been waiting 9 months for football to start. That's the uniqueness of that sport. You wait so long to get it going. But then he went into men's basketball, which had a successful season last year in year one under Ross Hodge, and the excitement around the men's basketball team, I think, is the story of this offseason, given the talent that's come in. But then it continued on. You're right, Coop. Then it went into women's basketball and the success they had and the talent that Mark Kellogg has brought in. And then, lo and behold, last but certainly not least, is baseball. And what an unbelievable season baseball was. And that run in the regional to the super regional to Omaha. And Coop, you talk about things that caught my eye this year. it's hard to rank. Tony said this last night. When you ask for your favorite moments or your favorite game, it's like picking your favorite kid. It's impossible. But I'm going to tell you what, 3-week run of that baseball experience was right near the very top of the list, if not the top. It was unexpected to get that deep, to get to the College World Series. It is so hard to get to Omaha, and this team did it, and to do it in the manner in which it did, and winning the regional with the dramatic home run from Paul Schoenfeld, and the walk-off the next night, and then the domination in the Super Regional, and then all of a sudden we're standing out in Omaha watching this team take the field and perform out there. So of all the great things that have happened this year, and I do think this athletic department has some momentum behind it, from the women's basketball side of things, from basketball, from that baseball that I just mentioned, and now leading into some excitement around football, I do think that baseball was way at the top of my list of fun things over the last year.
I'm really looking forward to the time that's coming, and I feel that it has to be coming very soon, because now we have sort of these other things that we look forward to. Baseball has become a huge thing. Basketball has become a huge thing. That baseball deal that you were just talking about might be the best feel-good run that West Virginia sports of any kind has had in years. I mean, when you just think about like some of the struggles of the football team recently, struggles of and bad press and so forth from the basketball team from the last time that they were really knocking it out. The ladies basketball team had a good run a few years ago when they got knocked out by Caitlin Clark, and that was sort of the beginning of their marketing push. But really, that baseball push was something that I think a lot of West Virginia fans needed that.
And I agree, Coop, and I think a lot of it comes from, so again, go back and all those sports you can mention, the Sugar Bowl run and Rich Rodriguez's first go-around with Pat and Steve, and what happened this season of the Fiesta Bowl, to say nothing of 93 and 88. I mean, we've seen some obviously great football runs. Basketball running to the Final Four, winning the Big East Championship in the Garden. There's been some unbelievable runs. I think for me, this one, where you get a little separation in just the wow part of it, is that where this baseball program was 25 years ago. I think that's the biggest thing. It was so hard to be elite playing in a Northeast league with the weather that you have around here at times. That is such a big hill to climb. And then you join the Big 12, which is just a tremendous baseball league with so many Texas-based teams, and you went into that league thinking, wow, is West Virginia going to be able to compete? And not only have you competed, you have been dominant, Coop. This is not a little engine that could story for this baseball program. It is a dominant program over the last 3 years in particular. It's the only team other than North Carolina, the two schools that have been to 3 straight super regionals. Think about that. All the money that's being put into baseball, all the powerhouses around the country, and West Virginia sits in that elite company. And so to get there and then cap it off with a trip to Omaha, which is the holy spot of college baseball, and then to do it in the dramatic fashion in which you did, the come from behind, the packed stadium, the visuals we got from all those fans packing this stadium. There was so many layers to that story that I think that's part of it, Coop, that it was fascinating, and it was hard to believe that you were there from where this program began.
Yeah, I agree with all that, and it's such a thing to observe. As you know, I've been a baseball fan forever, and I think the sport of college baseball, not to even mention what West Virginia has done within that, but the sport of college baseball itself has had a growth spurt. I mean, we've cut down. One of the biggest issues that I think that it had was when you're playing, when you're watching football at a collegiate level, basketball at a collegiate level, oftentimes your P1, your number one player, you're going to be able to see that guy play at the professional level. If he's good enough, you're going to see him play probably the next season at some level. Baseball never really had that, and it's still a harder journey to get to the league, but we're seeing people get to the major leagues so much quicker now. J.J. Weatherholt's a great example of that, where you get to the league very quickly now, so you can kind of follow along. You got this guy that played for you a few years. He gets drafted in the first or second round, and then, what do you know, a year and a half later, he's playing on the major league roster. It makes it easier to follow, and it makes it easier to be a fan.
It's a great point, Coop, and you go back even a little further. Alec Manoah nearly wins a Cy Young in his rookie year a couple years ago. You mentioned Weatherhold, who's the favorite right now to be NL Rookie of the Year, and now you're sitting on Gavin Kelly returning, who's projected by Baseball America to be the number 1 pick in the 27 draft. So, yeah, this thing is really rolling here. And if you needed other evidence, if we didn't give you enough evidence of how much the program is rolling, Coop, we're into August. Football practice has started. We just spent 10 minutes talking about baseball, which is still 9 months away.
That's
where this
diversion.
program is elevated to.
That's something else. That's absolutely incredible. A couple minutes left here before we have to cut you loose. So I should get some footballish things out of the way. Where are we at right now as far as I think that it's been interesting the way that Rich is running his camp. I kind of like it, frankly, the way things are going on. I don't know about being closer to the team, how people feel about it, but I kind of like that when Rich decides to speak, it's sort of newsworthy. He comes out and says some things and talks about the team a little bit. Where do you see the team standing right now? He seems to really like his quarterbacks. He thinks he can do some things offensively, hoping the defense is going to get a little better. But that's what we always say at this time of year.
Yeah, and it's a fun time of year because the speculation comes into play and the excitement and the optimism starts to build. And I think we know this. There's not a lot we know, quite frankly. There's 80 new players again this year. So anybody that tells you they know what's going to happen isn't being truthful. Rich included, he doesn't know what's going to happen. I think what we know, if we check off a couple of things, this team is more talented than last year. It brought in some guys, especially up front, that have played college football, not at West Virginia for the most part, but have played. West Virginia's in the top 10 in returning snaps for offensive linemen. That should matter. And if that offensive line is better, especially in a Rich Rodriguez offense, now you have a chance. Add to it a quarterback, whether that's Michael Hawkins or Scotty Fox. I think you feel like you've got a couple options there. Hawkins' skill set fits what Rich has traditionally had. Scotty Fox has made a massive leap from last year when he was thrown into the fire as a true freshman. Add to Cam Cook in the backfield and a stable of receivers that you think you have a few playmakers. So I think that's what you know. You don't know how that's coming together. You don't know how that translates into wins or what it does. But I think you're going to be much better offensively. And with Rich, it always has to start on the offense, and I think you'll get that. I think the other part, Coop, that's interesting, this schedule early on sets up to give you a chance. Now, you've got to grow quickly if you're this football team and get it together, but you feel good about your first 2 games. Let's say you get those 2. Then you get a Virginia team that had a record-setting year last year for them with 11 wins, but they lost some pieces too. They probably come back to the pack a little. That's a massive swing game, in my opinion, down in Charlotte. And then you get Oklahoma State and Iowa State in back-to-back weekends, 2 other schools that have brought in 75-plus new players. Iowa State dealing with a coaching change for the first time in a decade. So I think we'll know a lot about this team in terms of wins and losses over the course of those first 5 weeks.
And it's going to be interesting to see how that goes because in looking at the schedule, Dave and I were looking into it a little bit earlier this week and kind of bouncing around some of those early games. It is really one after those first couple games, it's kind of into the fire right away. You're going to have a relatively decent early season if you want to make some noise for the season as a whole.
Yeah, that's why I think that first 5 is just critical. And if you get off to a hot start, then you know how that works, Coop. Yep. Then you get a little momentum. Then you start believing and guys are ready to roll. And then I think there's a lot of games on that schedule that'll end up in coin flip games. There's probably not a lot, as you said, outside the first 2 that you feel really comfortable with. But there's also maybe just one that you don't feel great about. I think everybody else, all right, let's line up and take our swings. Here we go.
I like Jack Carlson from Metro News down here when we were talking about these things. He made the comment that Virginia was like a Maryland game, like sort of a litmus test on where the team stood. And I thought that was a pretty fair comment. We'll see how West Virginia is when they play against Virginia.
Agree. I think that's a season maker right there. You win that and you're 3-0. I think you're on your way to bowl eligibility. If not, doesn't mean you can't get there, but you're going to have to get one back somewhere. We know that's going to be a great Mountaineer crowd down in Charlotte. That'll be a fun battle. And again, that's a game in Virginia, or a team in Virginia that had a ton of close wins last year. They might have used up all of their luck. And now maybe that's wishful thinking by me with the golden blue glasses on, but they might have used up a lot of their luck last year, and it's time to come back and have a little regression this season.
Man, that's a great point. Close wins are very hard to replicate. So that's a very good point. Brad, you going to hang on and do some in or out with us?
Wouldn't miss it, Coop.
All right, great. Brad Howe's going to stick around with us for some in or out. We'll go ahead and take a break and be back right after this.
Hotline with Dave Weekly will return on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Ask yourself what you will miss more, your children or cigarettes. As long as I can remember, my mother smoked. She died from lung cancer.
Today is Metro News Television.
Still, and I didn't realize it until I had lost her.
You're not just quitting for yourself. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
After my wife died, I felt like I lost everything, including my love of fishing.
But one day, my granddaughter called, and I realized I still had a lot to look forward to. I got referred to a psychiatrist who explained depression can happen to anyone. Getting help doesn't make me weak. It makes me stronger. I just wish it made me better at fishing.
Mental health care is working for Diego. See what it can do for you at mentalhealthcareworks.org. A message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
No young person should ever have to worry about having a safe place to sleep at night, or whether anyone cares about them.
But the reality is, 1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis and giving them the support and tools they need to succeed in life. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today. Thank you for caring.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Wounded Warrior Project helps post-9/11 veterans and their families realize what's possible. With support and resources that bring warriors together and empower them to become stronger, both inside and out.
It's possible to begin healing, to get the help you need,
to find peace. And as each warrior's needs evolve, so do we. Because these last 20 years are just the beginning. Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/possible.
Anyone can choose to make a difference. You can help people succeed, rebuild after disasters, protect the environment, or feed the hungry. Not only will you make a difference for others, but for yourself. You can earn money for college, learn career skills, and make friendships that last a lifetime. Make a difference. Choose your future. Choose AmeriCorps.
Talking to your kids about the dangers of vaping can be hard. Getting them to listen to hot gossip is easy. So here's some drama you could share with your kid. Dude, did you hear about Cassie and Jake? No, but did you hear that vaping can cause irreversible lung damage and nicotine affects brain development? Nuh-uh. You don't need to gossip if you want to have an open conversation about vaping. So if you want to get tips on when and how to talk to your kids, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
It is 5:26. We got to get to it. Let's play a little in or out. We play that every day. Today it's going to be me, Matt, and Brad Howe has joined us. We have 3 topics. The categories changed. 3 categories of topics have changed today. I'll get it right eventually. We start with food, go to gut reaction, then celebrity. Today's food, Jimmy John's $5.99 deal. Jimmy John's is offering a limited time deal where you can get 1 of 4 sandwiches for just $5.99. Those include the Pepe, the Turkey Tom, the Vito, and the Veggie. Going with you, Matt, the Jimmy John's $5.99 deal, in or out?
Well, I like a little more meat and stuff on my sandwiches than what those have, but the price point is pretty good, and I'm a Jimmy John's mark, so I'll be in.
I agree with you on that first remark there without question. Brad, what do you think on this $5.99 Jimmy John's deal?
Oops, sorry about that, Coop. Yeah, I'm in on this. I like Jimmy John's as well, and the price point's big. Given what stuff costs us today, give me $5.99. I'd eat that. Might have to eat a couple of them, but I'd eat that.
True enough. I had today, as a matter of fact, I had the $5.99 Vito with added extra ham to take care of that meat issue. Still very affordable. I'll be in.
There we go.
That was a decent sandwich. Okay.
Coop actually having the category.
I know,
like
right?
That.
I did. It got me hungry, and I was like, I'm having that for lunch.
It's called research, Brad.
Yeah, right.
I love it.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. Okay, gut reaction. AI or it didn't happen. A 4-ton SpaceX Falcon 9 upper stage launched in January 2025 drifted into orbit for 18 months before crashing into the moon on Wednesday near the Einstein crater at over 5,000 miles per hour. It was confirmed by observational data. They can show where it hit, and they have the observational data about it. Meanwhile, though, Elon Musk shared a video of the impact on Twitter. It got 5 million views and reshares of people looking at the video of this rocket hitting the moon, and it wasn't until afterwards when he was tagged with a community note that he was like, oh yeah, this is AI-generated video, not a video of it actually happening, and that only got 600,000 impressions as opposed to the 5 million. So, gut reaction, AI or it didn't happen. Matt?
Oh, man. I'm so out on AI. I'm so out.
In this use, yeah, I hear you. Brad, what do you think? AI or it didn't happen?
Pretty amazing, guys. Is that not social media in a nutshell?
Right?
Yeah.
The fake thing gets all the views, the retraction does not. And he got community noted on his own app?
His own app, within seconds, apparently.
That's the word. Out on this.
Just like poor Brian Hughes when he was trying to cover the weather last week, people were sending him fake pictures of everything. This tornado's touching down. Man, get off that stuff. It doesn't have to be. Yeah, I'm out on this. I mean, the guy himself should be able to share the facts, right, of the thing.
True.
Let's see. Okay, ending it up with celebrity Eli Roth. He has a new movie coming out. He is the director of Hostel and Cabin Fever. He started his own theater and has a new movie. It's called The Horror Section, and he's coming out with Ice Cream Man. It's in theaters now. Eli Roth, Matt, in or out?
Seems a little weird. I'm in.
How about you, Brad? Eli Roth, are you in or out?
Not a big horror genre guy. I'm actually out.
Oh.
At one point in time, I kind of liked the Hostel type of horror films. I'm not into those anymore. Ice Cream Man on IMDb is sitting at a cool 3.9 out of 10 right now. I'm kind of out on Eli Roth.
That's fine. I see you guys.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Matt. Brad, thanks. I appreciate it, man.
Thanks, guys.
West Virginia. Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun. Happy Friday, everyone, and thanks for checking in. Meteorologist Todd Nelson here with a look at your local forecast. We do have some thunderstorm potential on our Friday. Storm Prediction Center has upgraded that risk of storms to a marginal severe risk. So some isolated strongs could be a little bit on the strong side, wind and hail through that Friday time period. Better storm chance on Saturday. Might have a few left over Sunday morning, and then Monday overall looks dry until late in the afternoon. But we picked up some pretty decent rainfall amounts so far this month, over an inch in spots. And again, nice to see some surpluses here. But overall, the year-to-date deficit still fairly impressive. Charleston more than 6 inches below average, but most of our drought is a little farther east. Farther northeast, we still have a moderate drought. So again, isolated showers and thunderstorms still with us into our Friday late afternoon. A few thunderstorms overnight tonight to the north, and then Saturday will be a little more unsettled with those showers and thunderstorms redeveloping. At this point, not expecting anything severe, but through the weekend could see some half-inch plus total amounts, and then next week unsettled and very heavy rainfall is possible as a stalled front of boundary is with us. Time now for our Fly CRW forecast, and in Chicago, cooler Saturday, 80 degrees and sunshine. Our panhandle forecast does show temperatures on Saturday into the 80s. Again, the thunderstorm potential will be more into the afternoon. As we head to the west, Davis, those 77 degrees. Saturday to the south and west, Spencer 86 degrees, 87 in Ripley, Parkersburg at 85, Elkins 83, and Charleston at 88 degrees with Welch at 84. Again, the thunderstorm potential off and on here over the next few days, and definitely looking at some heavier rain potential next week as that front stalls very close to us.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
I love the state of West Virginia. I've met some of my best friends. I'm excited to be back. I still have my pickup truck. I still have four-wheel drive. One of the ladies asked me in the forum if I know how to drive in the snow. I told her Oh, yeah. I spent 5 years in Elkins.
See, that's one of those things. Now that you're coming to Fairmont, you've handled the Elkins winter.
Yeah, if you can handle Randolph County.
I mean, you're moving. This basically coming back to Florida here when you get to Fairmont. I mean, this is easy.
It's going to be a breeze.
Sportsline on Metro News Television. If it matters in West Virginia, it's being talked about here.
Gentlemen, I could not care less if you read this message. All right, moving on to the next one. 304 Talk 304. Well, they said it, not me.
Oh, that's terrible. Read the guy's phone.
Maybe I will, maybe I won't.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talkline. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at WVMetroNewsTV.com.
It is 27 minutes until the top of the hour. Thanks for tuning in to Metro News Hotline. I'm Dale Cooper, and filling in for Dave Weekly for today plus a week. So I'll be in all next week, cooking up a couple of different segments and ideas for you coming up for next week, different guests. I try to mix it up a little bit while keeping things between the lines for the most part. So we'll see what I come up with for next week and getting some folks in here. But appreciate you tuning in today, and aspirationally next week as well for those of you that are fans of the program. I hope that you that keep it here right with us until Dave gets back a week from Monday, enjoying his vacation as he is rewarded with this time.
We allow that every now and again.
We do allow it. We do allow it. It seems like it's been forever since I've seen the guy now, though, because I was out of town last week, and he was out of town. He's out of town now, and he's going to be out of town next week.
And you guys weren't even in the same place yesterday.
I'm going to forget what he looks like, thankfully.
Now. Easy, Tiger.
We have Aristotle Jones on the line, so we might as well exactly get it cleared up, get it ready to go, because it's time to see what sounds good in West Virginia.
Oh, those West Virginia.
Woo! There we go. Aristotle, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. Did you hear Matt Murphy? He really let it out.
He hit it, man. I'm telling you, he hit it. I feel very humbled now. He really got it.
There was some sustain there. It was good. Well, Coop, I think you're carrying it most of the time. Now, I'm not trying to rib Dave or anything, but he tries.
He's not here. You can say whatever you want.
He's not listening. We know.
Yeah, he's definitely not listening.
On the Metro News TV app, he's probably just dialed in.
Yeah, maybe so. How you doing, Aristotle? How's the summer treating you so far?
Man, summer's treating me good. We were in Steubenville, Ohio last night with the band and at the historic Fort Steuben, and it was a great crowd playing along the Ohio River, and I grew up in Huntington along the Ohio River, so it's interesting to do a show at a different part of the river. Like sometimes I perform in Pittsburgh along the Ohio River, and then so as you kind of make your way along, you're like, it all feels the same to me. It's good. I like that the river valley, between the south and the north. I think it's all great people. You just need a skiff and a pole, and you can just go down the river and sing. That's like a dream of ours, man. There's this traveling river circus. They would not just a couple of years ago, they were traveling through. And so we've been looking for barges and stern wheels and whatever. I'm so jealous of the stern wheel cruises that Bob Thompson got to do down there in Charleston. I thought that was the coolest thing. I can't wait to play on the river. One of these days, man. That's an aspiration. That's a good idea. I think
we know a guy now.
I'm more of a canoe guy.
That is
like Appalachian Soul canoe. Could you see me? Or kayak.
I got to ask you a question. Can you sing about the weather? Because
about the weather.
That our Metro News meteorologist Brad Howe owns he lives on a boat.
Oh,
so maybe work in a little stormy weather or something like that into your set, and
I
make it work.
That's the segment that you were trying to pitch earlier, right? Aristotle sings the weather.
Yeah, that would be good, right?
Let's work on that one.
Well, let's talk about some views inside of a venue coming up for this week, because I always like how Dave says, and it's absolutely true. We like to spotlight some of the places around the state where you can go and listen to live music, and maybe places that you're not thinking about or don't know what's going on. So tell us what's going on at the Weirton Event Center this weekend.
Well, right across the river from Steubenville, Ohio, is Weirton, West Virginia. So if that gives everybody a little bit of proximity, it's right at the tip top of the northern panhandle. And, they have lots of great music. So we were just up at Steubenville, and now we're going to be across the river back in West Virginia at the Weirton Event Center for their second Saturday's concert series. Now, this has been going on all summer long. It's going to keep going on until September. But it's just a free concert series that pairs up with there's a farmer's market. It goes on from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Saturday. I'll be there. We're headlining, and there's another band called New Age Adinas that'll be opening up for us. So it's another one of those great free concert series that West Virginia loves to offer. I think we probably have more free live music than any other state.
Oh, there's a ton. You're right.
As summer moves along, I encourage everybody to get out there and go see something free, and then as winter comes, pay for a ticket or two.
Man, I have to ask you a question. You're familiar with the effect of, like back in 1995 when Microsoft launched Windows 95 and they launched it with the Rolling Stones' Start Me Up. And, I don't know about you, but that song forever has now been associated with Microsoft to me. Like I'm a Stones fan, but I have a hard time listening to that song because it's just like a commercial to me, like it's hard for me to separate the two. So I'm wondering if you regret now with your contributions to this program, because with your song that you used to open up the West Virginia Hills, that's one of your signature songs, but now it's just known as the Hotline Open, man. And can you live with yourself on that?
Well, Dale, you obviously haven't been out to a concert because whenever I sing it, now people in the crowd are already singing it. So
they do.
I'm okay with it, man. And West Virginia is a great state, and anytime we can sing about it, people just love it. And showing state pride. Absolutely not, man. It can be the Hotline song. How about that?
No, it's good. It's good stuff. And even when that song was still not quite as seasoned, with the last time you were in Charleston, people knew the song when you started to sing it. So yeah, people know, and people know the song.
I was playing this show at this little dive bar in Confluence, Pennsylvania, where this woman from Nebraska had made her way to this small show, probably like 30 people, and this was about 2 weeks ago. And I start singing West Virginia Hills, and I see this woman out in the audience, and she's from Nebraska. She's singing along word for word. So
nice.
Apparently she's a Hotline fan.
Hey, that sounds whatever the reason, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Let's talk about our first good sound of the week. This week we have something good brewing in Morgantown.
Oh, well, Sabrosone Latin Band. They are a Morgantown-based Latin band. But they're going to be rocking out at Multifest in Charleston this weekend. They're led by Jose Ramirez, and they do cumbia and salsa, and they blend it all together. And one way they're reaching out and trying to showcase the diversity that is right here in West Virginia is by doing Latin dance classes on the last Thursday of every month. And so they're finding different venues around the state. They were up in Wheeling at the Wheeling's Art Festival not too long ago. And now they're going to be down at Multifest in Charleston, and I would highly recommend that Dale Cooper gets his booty on the dance floor and learn some of that cumbia and salsa dancing. Are you ready for that?
I'll take my daughter. She can lead the way. I think that would work out all right. She loves to dance.
Well, here's a song that'll get you in the mood, and maybe your daughter can, start choreographing some moves. And it's Sabrosone Latin Bands with Sabrosoa Cumbian Aliera.
I can totally see Dale Cooper dancing to that.
You see me boogieing to
Oh,
that?
yeah.
What I know about when you talk about samba music, the different kind of music, that's a studio recording there. When it's live, that sounded great anyway. But when it's live, so much energy gets infused into that kind of music. It becomes like a little party.
Well, I'm so glad you guys are on board because, like I say, Sabrosone Latin Band will be performing tomorrow at Multifest. Just check out their website to find out what time they're going to be performing, but it's going to be in the afternoon, and it's super engaging. You're absolutely right. You just see people on the dance floor just kind of grooving in their own space, or they're dancing together, and it really is music that brings the community together. So you definitely got to check out Sabrosone Latin Band.
Got to check it out. Multifest, that is this weekend, of course, here in Charleston on Saturday, August 8th, which is tomorrow. Another concert that we have coming up, the Cool Concert coming up, and this is going to be in Shinston, West Virginia, and that's coming up tomorrow as well.
Actually, Dale, man, I have a typo in our sheet, man. I told you the wrong thing. Because we're going to go up to Wheeling for the Heritage Music Blues Festival.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Going on this weekend. Cindy was last week, and it was a really well-attended festival in Shinston. But
you got the body of it right. That's my fault. Okay.
Festival.
You got the body of it right. I apologize for that. Yeah, talk about this. The Heritage Blues Festival that's coming up. The 25th year?
25th year, and it's right along the river, right along the Ohio River in Wheeling, West Virginia. They bring in one of those really cool river boats as the backdrop, and they park it right at the Heritage Port Amphitheater. And then they have national acts coming through. It's a really great time. This is their first year under new management. They've been now they're getting run by Waterfront Hall, who has a great music venue right across the street from the festival. And it's going to have lots of art vendors, lots of blues history, and great rock and roll acts and blues acts, including St. Paul and the Broken Bones, Eddie 9-Volt, J.J. Gray and Mofro, and Eric Gales, along with Willing's own Adrian Niles Trio. And it's going to be like all day for 3 days. It's going on right now, but you can still get tickets at heritagemusicfest.com. And get yourself a wristband, spend the weekend there, and just enjoy lots of good music along the banks of the Ohio River. And here's Adrian Niles with the song, well, at least the title probably is how you're going to feel before Dave gets back. But until then, here's a great blues song by Adrian Niles, About to Quit.
I got love for you. Though I'm feeling mean, I'm about to change my ways. Run off a reposition. The more things stay the same, the crazier I get. You know I love your woman, but I'm about to quit. You know I love your woman, but I'm about to quit.
Man, I tell you what, that's good and crunchy. That's some nice sounding blues.
Oh, yeah, there's going to be all kinds of great blues going on. Like I say, you can catch J.J. Gray and Mofro, Eric Gale, St. Paul and the Broken Bones, Eddie 9-Volt, and that's just the tip of the iceberg because there's going to be over 31 musical acts on 2 stages going on all weekend long. I had a chance to perform there last year, and it was a blast. So if you're in the Wheeling area or if you just want to take a little road trip up the Ohio River, you can either go up to Weirton and catch me on Saturday, and then you can head back down and catch the Blues Festival on Sunday. I'm just saying, it's a great time to be on the Ohio River this weekend.
Man, that sounds like a great time. I remember St. Paul and the Broken Bones. I believe that they were the band that closed out Mountain Stage's first post-COVID show that was outdoor at the Joan in Huntington. And I think I think that they were the band that did that. And I remember seeing amazing 4K camera work of their performance, and they put on a fantastic show. They're very good live. That's going to be a good show.
You know, and I love the fact that there's high-quality live music all throughout West Virginia this summer. And there's going to be some great performers at Multifest down in Charleston this weekend, too. And there's even going to be, like, a gospel sing on Sunday. And so, like, just what I'm saying, like, there's ways that the community can get involved with blues, rock and roll, R&B, hip-hop, country acts are performing all over. There's jam bands that are doing stuff. Like Billy Strings was just in Charleston. So it's like there's just like a lot of cool music, and I'm just saying, West Virginia, it's time to own it because it sounds good in West Virginia.
That's good stuff, Aristotle. I appreciate your time as always and telling us about the good venues, the good sounds, and the good music about the Mountain State from the Appalachian Soul Man himself. Thank you so much, Aristotle. We appreciate your contributions.
Oh, absolutely, Dale, and I'll see you next week, man.
Sounds good, man. We'll talk to you next week, Aristotle. Have a good week. That's Aristotle Jones, the Appalachian Soul Man. Catch him sometime. I'll tell you, I've seen Aristotle perform before. I know you did too, Matt. Aristotle puts on a great show.
He was just here in Charleston a couple weekends ago.
Yeah, he has a high energy, high performance show. It's a really good time. I mean, and I mean that legitimately just as a music fan. It's a good show.
He is the Soul Man.
He is the Appalachian Soul Man. Let's do this. Let's take a break. Matt, you see that it's 13 minutes until 6 o'clock?
I do see.
Let's take one more break. We'll come back and do something, and then we'll wrap up the show. We'll be back.
I'm Colin McCardle, a lifelong West Virginia native, and I'm proud to be a part of the planning team at Civil and Environmental Consultants. From mountain bike trails and riverfront parks to destination tourism and community revitalization, CEC is helping shape the future of West Virginia. We work with communities across our state to create new opportunities and build places where the next generation can live, work, play, and fall in love with West Virginia. At CEC, we engineer progress in the great state of West Virginia.
Find out what CEC can do for you. Visit cecinc.com.
Ready to make this boating season unforgettable? Head to Lou Wendell Marine Sales, family owned and operated for over 40 years and West Virginia's largest Avalon pontoon dealer. Lou and his sons are boating experts from sales to service to repairs. And right now, their lot is packed with incredible inventory and some of the best deals of the season. Whether it's weekends on the lake or sunset cruises with the family, Lou Wendell Marine Sales has your perfect boat waiting, because they don't just sell boats, they sell family fun. Visit LouWendellMarineSales.com today.
Hotline with Dave Weekly will return on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Football season begins right here on Metro News Television. Join us Thursday, August 27th for the 2026 WVSSAC kickoff game. Presented by the Army National Guard. The Cameron Dragons battle the Clay Battelle Seabees live from Blacksville. Don't miss the first kickoff of the new season, the 2026 WVSSAC kickoff game, Thursday, August 27th at 7 p.m. Pre-game coverage starts at 6:30 p.m. Powered by GoMart, only on Metro News Television.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Need a truck that's ready for work, weekends, and everything in between? Right now at Dan Cava GMC, get up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierra 1500, or save up to $4,000 off all new GMC Canyon Elevations, offering bold styles, advanced technology, and everyday practicality. Come explore our all-new GMC Yukons, built for busy families and big adventures. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Of course, the LVA was brought into my life because I had a severe heart attack in November of 2024. And then I entered into congestive heart failure.
Where he was in the course, we really had to go towards an LVAD.
At that point, I was committed. At that point, I wanted to get better, and I wanted to see what this machine was going to do for me.
With this therapy, he's thriving, doing well. And not only is he living, he's thriving.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
The best selection of WVU apparel is at Daniel's Men's Store. Exclusive designs you won't find anywhere else. Stylish, sophisticated, and unmistakably Mountaineer. Shop in store or online at danielsofmorgantown.com.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
Well, it is almost 5:53. That's 7 minutes until Matt and I get to punch our tickets out of here, and we have a 3-minute break in the middle there too. So that's not very much time left to talk. That's not a bad thing.
We could just have a pregnant pause.
Like a really awkward pause. Okay, let's go to break. That would sound like me. Thought we could talk about one stupid thing before we got out of here. That might be a new segment. One stupid thing.
One stupid thing. I love it.
That's not bad for like a 5:53 segment on Fridays. One stupid thing. So the one stupid thing that I came across today is Liquid Death, which is that company, the bottle or the canned water company, which I could take or leave. I've had it before. It's canned water. It is what it is, right? There's a ton of that stuff around. But, they come out with different flavors and different things along those lines. And so now they just came out with chocolate peanut butter cup canned water. And my first reaction is that sounds really gross. But my second reaction is that Kroger used to make some sparkling water that was flavored like cola and root beer and lemon lime. They still do lemon lime, but not as much as tasting like Sprite. But those things were legitimately good. Like if you liked soda but didn't really love the sweetness, they were fine. So it does make me think, could this not be as bad as it sounds? Because it just sounds like pouring water over a Reese's cup and drinking the backwash is kind of what it reminds me of.
Well, Liquid Death, I can't get past the can flavor.
Yeah, right. I know what you mean.
I don't taste water. I taste aluminum can. So is this just going to be like aluminum can peanut butter cup?
Water?
And then water flavor as like
know.
the third? No. Just no.
There's something about this, too, that reminds me. There's a book that was made into a TV series, and I didn't watch the TV series, so I don't know how they translated this, but there's a book written by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. It was called Good Omens. Mm-hmm. And it portrays like the four horsemen of the apocalypse, the end of the world, Revelations times, things along those lines. But it was an interesting, one of their takes on famine, one of the four horses of the apocalypse, was that people actually ate, but they ate tons of stuff that had no nutritional value in them. And that's how famine took over, was that they were actually feeding themselves constantly, but feeding themselves of things that didn't have anything in it. And sometimes I take a look around, I'm like, are we actually approaching that level now?
I thought the four horses of the apocalypse was you, Dave, me, and Ryan.
Oh, that works better for me anyway, I guess. But anyway, I just thought, liquid peanut butter cup water. I don't know. Buy or sell, I guess, right? In or out. Hey. That's going to do it, though, so we can take a break now. Let's go ahead and end the hour and the week on that note. We'll be back after this.
I was proud to be a soldier.
I told the truth and got kicked out.
And so I thought to myself, I'm taking this rule down.
If you're an LGBTQ plus veteran, your memories are important too. Share your story with the Library of Congress Veterans History Project, where firsthand accounts from U.S. military veterans are preserved and made accessible for researchers and future generations. Visit loc.gov/vets to submit your stories, photographs, and documents today.
Veterans, plan ahead to ensure your loved ones are protected at the end of your life. Include a copy of your discharge papers with your will. Apply for VA life insurance. Write your healthcare decisions in a living will. Review survivor's benefits. Explore VA burial options with a pre-need application. Don't wait. Visit va.gov/plan-ahead to learn more.
What's on your to-do list? Check your mail? Get groceries? How about getting your annual vaccines? We can help you check that off.
You've got this.
Yes, you do. Because we've got you. With local vaccine events and access to transportation, protecting yourself and your loved ones is not a chore anymore.
You've got this.
A message from the Aging and Disability Vaccination Collaborative, powered by U.S. Aging. Funded by the U.S. Administration for Community Living through a grant to U.S. Aging. Learn more at yougotthis.usaging.org.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids are facing hunger every day? food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Thank you!
Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
The YMCA is just a starting line, for the true self blooms only when we find our purpose, what makes us tick below the surface. My why is diversity in unity, a safe space in my community, living with sincerity, giving every day my everything. With my why, I stand strong, seen and supported all along. It's a million faces in a mirror and everyone belongs. Find your why. Learn more at ymca.org for a better us.
Ask yourself what you will miss more, your children or cigarettes. As long as I can remember, my mother smoked. She died from lung cancer when I was 16. I could not take the chance of continuing smoking and not being here for my daughter. I know how much I needed my mom still, and I didn't realize it until I had lost her.
You're not just quitting for yourself. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
After my wife died, I felt like I lost everything, including my love of fishing. But one day, my granddaughter called, and I realized I still had a lot to look forward to. I got referred to a psychiatrist who explained depression can happen to anyone. Getting help doesn't make me weak. It makes me stronger. I just wish it made me better at fishing.
Mental health care is working for Diego. See what it can do for you at mentalhealthcareworks.org. A message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
That was the week it was. Yes, indeed. And we're going to get out of here on this Friday. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks, everybody, for being a part of the show, to the hashtag 180 Club. I'll be back on Monday and for the entire week next week. Until then, we'll see you on Monday. This is Hotline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.